everybody. We're gonna get fucking wild. I
Fuck
guess.
yeah.
But some announcements before we begin. There's gonna be some stuff that ties into the campaign we played before this one. Same setting and everything. You can check that out on our YouTube channel. The entire backlog is there, called Beneath the Tide, if you like pirates, even though it doesn't really have a lot of pirating in it.
We pirated like once.
Yeah.
No, you bought the you paid.
No, yeah, we ended.
You bought you
boarded and then bought the merch.
I think we did actually pirate. No,
Yeah,
we
when
did-
Noose was
we-
captain.
We pirated once. We pirated once, and Ash blew up the boat.
Well, we pirated it like a couple of times when Noose was
Yeah.
captain.
Oh.
I just remember when Ash there was the other boat, and they had the barrels of acrid on board, and Ash just fired a lightning bolt into their hull
Yeah.
and blew up the
You guys
entire boat.
you guys love exploding ships.
Yeah,
Alright.
Yeah.
cool visual.
Yeah,
I feel
Brittany.
like we've pirated more in the current campaign than the previous one, though.
Have we pirated in this campaign?
So just to get some context, if you're watching this, because I've been noticing we've been getting like, it's not a lot, but it's cool, but we've been getting like 70 odd views per episode lately, so that's cool.
Nice.
Hello,
Hello,
out
everybody.
of the blue. So if you're watching this and you want some context as to who some of these characters are that are showing up at level 20, go watch that campaign so you can see their full journey. Some of which aren't here today.
And it's a sad day because I'm not with the group, so
That's true. Don't watch it then.
And Leah's just fucking around.
And if
getting
you want,
some
and,
mushrooms.
and if you want full Jeff Goldblum goodness, go check that campaign out. Yeah, so that's gonna be this. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a little fun. It's gonna be, who knows how it's gonna be. 12 PCs take basically tonight, so it's gonna be an experiment. Also gearing up for the next campaign. Character art's coming in. It's looking smexy. A certain character I just sent their description away, and if you've never seen a weird player character before, like a super weird player character, buckle in, because it's new for me, and it's the one I'm the most excited to see art from. So Kate, any announcements for you?
Yeah. If you want to support a small business for your Valentine's Day shopping for a loved one, check out my shops, Bad Dice Co. or Kate Craft Studio US on Etsy. I actually just added a new pattern choice for some custom dice bags. It's called the Diamond Mosaic. You can't really see it, but it's this nice kind of like textured, almost diamond-like pattern, but it's really nice. Here, let me show you a better example of what it could look like with multiple colors. It could look like that. If you get multiple colors, that's kind of the vibe it's going for.
That other one that you held up looked like a seed pod, like a.
Well, this is Kenna's dice bag that I made
God.
last week with that texture. So this is what a small would look like.
Like a Brussels sprout.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a Brussels sprout, but that's the yarn I had on hand. So go ahead and check that out if you want to maybe see a new different texture on your custom crochet dice bags. Back to you.
Alrighty, Sam, you got anything? Same as always.
Codex Legendarium is in the process of transitioning over systems. We're still learning Pathfinder. We still need to do a few off-stream one-shots just to get into it and playtest stuff, because we had some homebrewed characters that need to be re-homebrewed back into Pathfinder, a system like only 2 of us know. So it's a fun time.
Yep. Thaumaturges are cool.
They really are.
Right. All right. So are poppets.
Yeah.
If you want to play a living little puppet. Anyways, last we left off, you all climbed a mountain after building a really cool shelter, complete with a painted door that appeared out of nowhere, digging a big old hole. Flitz saw some people frozen in the ice. And then you headed to a mountain to look for Ogden Boon, because he sent you guys a letter, apparently. So you climbed a mountain to look for Ogden Boon. Ricky ran up the mountain. Kenna turned into a goat to get up the mountain. Lightning hit the mountain and hit people in places, but it was fine. And then you got to the top of the mountain. Druck found a book with some journal entry in it about some people who attempted a descent down this mountain. And, yeah, found some rope, found some pythons. Can't remember if they were looted or not, but, found some stuff. And then encountered a sort of illusory guardian on top of the mountain on this, like, weird pedestal. This really old, decrepit human man named Donnellan. He's like, "Oh, I'm the first, or I'm the head archivist. You want to come in my tower and do some riddles and puzzles?" And you did some riddles and puzzles.
You want to do some riddles?
You did some riddles and some puzzles. Quoin summoned a Dragonel. That's a furry little guy called Benny.
Lenny.
Lenny, that's right.
There it is.
Yeah, because it was short for Lenigord.
Lenigord. Summoned a fuzzy dragon as a companion and completed the riddles and puzzles. Talked to the door, got into a tower that was behind the door, and met with the illusory duplicate of the ex-head archivist, because you learned that every head archivist of this tower, when they die, an illusory copy of themselves maintains a tower if there's guests. And somehow this illusory copy had back pain and problems and could feel the cold, which illusions can't. But it's funny that he can, so whatever. Eventually you got to the top of the tower looking for someone called Ilyaris Anatis, the head archivist of another tower. As per the request from Ricky's deity-ish, but also because that timeline was aborted, that conversation didn't happen. So the party gave Dax a weird letter, because of time shenanigans, and that caused the party to look for Ilyaris Anatis here in this tower, leading to a tower in Halasar, which was no longer under stasis. And you went into the city, met with this elf in lace clothing, if I remember correctly, and had some sage tea, and learned that another group of adventurers was trying to close one of these rifts that you closed on the other side of the world, in the archipelago continent of Ipshire, the tropical kind of seafaring continent, and learned that the one leading that expedition, that investigation rather, was someone incredibly tied into the political schemes and government plans of that continent, one Henry Lofferton. When you all mentioned that you had closed one of these rifts, Ilyaris messaged Henry, said, "You need to come here immediately. I got some people who can help you out with this. We can close these rifts, fix everything, because the ley lines are infected, and every time someone draws on magic, the planet slowly begins to die." So, immediately after receiving the message, a portal opened up in the room, and out stepped one Henry Lofferton and his associates. And that's what we're going to pick up. So, bear with me, because it's going to be a little weird for the first little bit here. So, Embers of Autumn party. Just so you know who you are right now. You see this rift open up in the tower, and these powerful looking individuals step out. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. You recognize one of them. Your patron, Ogden Boon. The others you don't recognize. Flitz, you kind of feel like a fleeting recognition to one of them, but you're not quite sure. As for those of you that step forth from the teleport spell, you're looking at it. So now you're the Beneath the Tide crew, and then the two newbies-ish. You're looking at a group of clearly adventurous types with some strangeness about them, most of which have noticeable eyes growing on them in places that people shouldn't have eyes. Someone's got an eye on their throat. Someone's got an extra pair of eyes in their eyes. The bugbear has a large set of red dragon-like wings with an eye on them. The kobold
between the spine.
The kobold has got like an eye on their wing. Ogden, you recognize each of these people, minus the young Eladrin, so Ricky, and you do recognize Flitz because you met very briefly for like a minute in the Cathotun Undercity. Henry, you've become essentially a singular bonded entity with Carnifex at this point. You only recognize out of this group Ilyaris, the man you've spoken with briefly about these strange dreams that people have been having on Ipshire, having only started your communications about 6 weeks ago, because that's roughly when the city came back from stasis. You are made aware of these dreams and the eyes they produce after reports started coming in from all around Ipshire, and you were contacted because of your experience with weird things, having been a part of this group who stopped Asmodeus 36 years ago. So people thought you were the people for the job. Eventually, through your lawyer skills and your political connections, learned the location of a rift on Ipshire, where these reports were the strongest, with a small fishing community on the island of Cold Claw Isle, the home and birthplace, or the birthplace of one Eclipse. You have just returned there by yourself from a research expedition with no luck, closing said rift, not knowing how to do it, and also the fact that it was hopping around a little bit, so hard to nail down. So, you decided to gather some of the old gang together in aid in such an endeavor, obviously 2 of which are stuck in their respective planes of existence doing what they're doing. These reports and your infernal connections led you to meet with Ilyaris, who you've only spoken with through sending spells and letters. He mentioned 6 seconds ago that a group had succeeded in closing such a rift, so you came here as quickly as you could with your friends. You guys are level like 20, you can do time shenanigans as well. News! You recognize the Gnome, having met them while they were wandering your domain briefly. You gave them a necklace, or the Butt Hut Goblins gave them the necklace, and you were like, oh, fun. For the Beneath the Tide group, you all most likely haven't seen each other in years, minus the archaeological members, so Ogden, and then the 2 that you brought along from the guild. Time, business, whatever else occupies each of your time in the material plane, or elsewhere, for some of you. Ilyaris conjures a table, and numerous chairs for everyone begin appearing, just including small cups of tea for everyone, flavored and scented to everyone's liking. So whatever character is what their favorite smell and taste is, that's what you smell. You smell everyone's tea in here. He takes a seat and gestures for everyone to join him.
It's a Yankee Candle store, y'all.
One of the senses just catnip.
But actually, before we get too far into this, Noose yells Eclipse. So let's actually say what all of these characters look like, having not seen them for 36 years. We saw Ogden like 6 weeks ago, so Ogden looks the same.
Yeah, Ogden's good.
I assume Icarus is here as well.
Oh yeah, Russ is on the
Perfect.
The shoulder.
Hey, brothers!
Eastern screech owl.
And a green.
If you need to look it up,
owl.
But his feathers are green up here, and he's got blue eyes.
Next week, the overlay will have the old thumbnails from the previous campaign adventuring party, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, I also have the new ages for everybody, so you can take that into account. But let's start with the person who gets shouted at immediately. Eclipse. What does a 62-year-old Eclipse look like? What have they been doing for the last 36 years?
Well, Eclipse has been married 4 times within the last 36 years. The first 2 were for a job. Both marriage partners were killed soon after the marriage. The second one was an accident after a drunken bar crawl. We went to the equivalent of Las Vegas, and we got married, and it was quickly annulled. Then,
oh boy.
Recently, she just got married to the current love of her life, Rain and Summer, who is a fellow Tabaxi, a few years younger, but gotta keep spry. Also a member of the Acacia Grove. Currently has second hand. And up until recently, they were living very happily, running the guild.
And what does Eclipse look like at 62 years of age? Having last seen them at 26.
Yes. Her whiskers are now. You know how older cats start getting wrinkly whiskers? Yeah, exactly. So Her whiskers are all wrinkly. Her black stripes have faded to like a salt and pepper. She's white around the muzzle and the tips of her ears. She also has an eye patch now over her left eye. Because, dangerous lifestyle. It's a miracle she's lived this long as the head of a pirate guild.
So you have two eye patches because you had an eye patch.
What?
You had an eye patch over your left eye before, yeah. So you have two now.
Well, the first eye patch was actually practical.
Oh.
Because of the
super
covered eye to see at
yeah,
night.
that's right.
Well, and
so now she has a real eye patch.
Oh, okay.
She's still wearing a modified version of her father's armor. It's a little looser and freer so that she can move around, a little better, and it doesn't impede on her arthritic joints as much. And also her tail's a little bit shorter. And she has a new enchanted rapier. That's about it.
Can I ask, was Ogden Boon invited to any of those weddings?
I think the most recent one he was invited. I don't know if he showed up, but he was invited to the most recent one.
I think it's good.
I'm gonna write this down as a one-shot idea.
The wedding.
Yeah.
But immediately screaming at Eclipse. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Everyone from the old group was invited, including Ogden's research buddies, as she likes to call them, were all invited to the fourth wedding.
All right, cool. I guess we'll go with the person who showed it immediately as they came out of the portal.
Noose!
Time is weird in the Feywild, where Noose is. Who knows how time passes there? It passes erratically. It could be seconds, minutes, months, years, when you step out and step back in. What does Noose look like at 48 years of age, but also an archfey, so technically doesn't age?
He looks, age-wise, same age. Same age. Oddly enough, though, like, he looks bigger. Like, in all dimensions. It's, like, bigger. So it's like if a kid just got scaled up in all dimensions,
Okay.
So it's very kind of unsettling. Like, he just looks like a big kid. So he's just like a couple inches taller. So it's very subtle, but you guys would definitely notice. But he looks almost exactly the same, except for the inside of his ears are fuzzy. And it's like pastel colors. It's like a pastel rainbow inside of his ears that goes outward.
And just for people who don't know who Noose is, what was his lineage before he became Archfey?
He is a little goblin boy.
Yes. Let's go with the new Henry, who looks the same age as he did when you all last saw him in Beneath the Tide.
He looks the same as you all. He actually slight differences. It's like it's swaps. Like his face, hair, pencil mustache, all of it is identical. Just a portly, round-faced gentleman with a ponytail neatly pulled back behind his head, little like pencil Gomez mustache. He's wearing like a nice waistcoat and a white cream-colored shirt. The difference is all just in quality for all of these things. Like the waistcoat is like got like brocade to it and like patterning and is nice fabric. The shirt is like silk. His hair is pulled back by like a silver clasp. Just like subtle. He's got like silver cufflinks on. Just like the same general outfit, just like leveled up with the amount of money that he has now. Except the one change, I think Justin mentioned this last time, just his eyes are solid blood red now.
Yeah. And he is 72 years of age, but doesn't look any older.
Yeah, he looks like he's like, what, 30-something still?
36.
He looks like he's 36, yeah.
Solid blood red, but no pupils?
Yeah, just completely solid red.
Wow, okay.
No, yeah. Impossible to tell where he's looking.
Let's do what... How's Ogden dressed for the occasion, actually?
On this specific occasion, he knew the band was getting back together, so he dusted off the old rainbow robes.
Yes.
Got those float. Knew the band was getting back together. He's got probably a full symbol of Frau Lewin around his neck, and the shroud is with it. This is just this is probably a gift from someone.
Okay.
But probably not is more sentimental than specifically more ornamental and sentimental than particularly powerful.
Okay.
He's got an extra book or two on his hip.
Perfect.
And same, like, no muss, no fuss. A lot more gray than last time, but nevertheless still very hirsute. And one or two less rings than normal as far as it goes. But yeah, pretty easy, straight down the center. To those with a very keen eye, you would notice that the prescription of the glasses is a little thicker, almost imperceptibly, but just a little thicker, to not so as to not miss any beautiful details. A few kinks in my whiskers as well.
And last we saw Ogden as a campaign character, he was 55. He is now 91, so he is officially middle-aged as a half-elf.
He's Steve Martin.
Yeah. And Icarus just still looks the same. This
Just
small
had a
Eastern
love
green screech owl who just everyone audibly hears. Just goes, "Hey, brothers!" Woo!
Ooh.
And Ricky, you feel Mr. Fluffles hide
Ooh.
at the possibility of a predatory bird.
Oh.
Let's go to the not so newcomers, but they're new for this. Members of the Archaeological Guild, Yeveck. What do we see?
Right. So Yeveck is a quite burly man. He stands a good 7'7", around 280 pounds, muscle. Currently, he has a nice button-down tunic that is buttoned about to like mid chest, if you will, but it's open, and you see these elaborate tattoos that are that actually shift a bit as he moves and his muscles flex a bit. He has a bald head, tan skin. Obviously, he does little to protect his skin from the sun on certain digs and such like that. But he does wear a pair of these those round, kind of like spaced out round circle glasses, but they are they shift, so they go from being like shaded to being like see-through, like regular glasses, transition glasses.
I was gonna say transition lenses.
Yeah, he has a nice, well-kept long beard that hangs about just to where his sternum would hit. It's immaculate. His nose, within it is it's a rather ornate looking ring, and if you were astute enough and you look, some of the engravings and such like that mimic the tattoo. They actually kind of shift along with the tattoo. Yeah, he has regular trousers on, and on his pinky ring, he has a solid blue sapphire. It appears like it's just a solid gem, like a sapphire just cut to look like a ring on his pinky finger. And around his left arm is a coiled, wrapped bit of chain that hangs loosely. Right, and that's Yeveck, and he gives a thorough look over everybody. Oh, and floating around his head, orbiting like a little satellite, is this iridescent, slightly translucent blue stone that just kind of floats.
And what's his lineage?
He is a Goliath.
And brings us last but not least, Yvonne. What do we see? What's their lineage? What are they dressed like? What do we see?
So Yvonne is a red tiefling. Further, like their complexion, it's a very deep crimson. It's almost as like the color of blood. She's about 5'11", and she doesn't look very muscular, but she's well toned and she's well endowed, for lack of a better term. Uh, Her eyes are very red as well, and they match her skin tone, but they're a little more deeper. And when you look into them, you want to keep looking into them. She looks like she's somebody you would want to listen to. Her hair it's a little wavy, it's a little messy. It's about shoulder length. It's white, and she is wearing a low black cut top. And around the top, there is a leather harness with crisscrossing matching patterns. And if you look at the top and the harness, you can see veins of green that are shimmering in them. And on her pants, she is wearing their tight-fitting latex pants, and they are matching boots that go into them. They're about an inch high, and on her back there is a cloak she's wearing, and it looks like one moment it's there and one moment it's not. And in her right hand, you can see her holding just a regular whip, and on her right pinky finger you can also see a sapphire cut ring. And if you ever see her wings just kind of fluttering a little bit there, you do catch little glimmers in the light, and on the tops of each wing there are 3 piercings each through them, and they have connecting chains that go up and into the middle of where her spine is.
All right.
And you just catch her looking extremely lovingly at Yeveck.
Aww.
Oh, perfect. All right. Another thing that's going to be fun. Druck and Noose. What does your tea smell like? Each of their teas.
Let's see. Druck's tea smells like kind of like spring water with like dirt in it.
Okay.
Dirty spring water.
So yeah, all these
like
teas the scents are audible to everybody. So
yeah. So, but not like too
yeah
ridiculous. It's like the smell of dirt after rainfall.
Oh yeah.
That's probably
Or
more
that-
accurate.
Petrichor.
Nooses. Gosh, what would his smell like? His tea would smell like leather polish.
Okay.
Hmm.
Ricky and Henry.
All right. Ricky's tea just smells like a nice, like spearmint tea. It's
Yeah.
a nice just minty herbal tea, just
That's
a
right.
nice, light minty flavor. Henry's smells like a combination of 2 things. One is a very expensive, small batch, black tea that he has found through his time.
Mm-hmm.
Just using his time. Henry doesn't have a lot to do with his time and influence. He's not a man for creature comforts usually, but the few things he does like, tea being among them. He has spent the decades finding this perfect and quietly funding this one small batch tea place to just provide him with as much as he can drink. So it's that mixed with what I equivalent of cinnamon that grows in hell.
Okay.
Just a spicy
So cinnamon
kind
hearts.
of. Oh, my headphones just cut out. But yeah, kind of a very spicy, hot, fiery kind of cinnamony flavor mixed in there for the 2 of them.
Fireball.
Yeah, I think your headset might be dying a bit. You were cutting out a little bit too.
Well,
Yep.
Oh no.
we'll figure it out. What about Kenna and Kate?
Well, Kate likes a nice peach ginger tea. Uh,
Oh, right, Kenna and Eclipse.
Eclipse. Eclipse going the stereotypical route. Just smells of straight catnip.
Yep.
You know how that is. But Kenna's is it smells like their mom's elderberry tea with a ton of honey in it.
Perfect. Ogden and Quoin.
I believe there's like Quoin would probably do like a mint, but like green tea.
Okay.
So like a green tea is a base, so it's a little like it does have those earthy notes, but like but like also a mint, like very nice, like just something that after you drink it, like still leaves your mouth feeling like refreshed, or still is kind of like not something that's wholly unpleasant to still have in your mouth afterwards. Like as if you weren't gonna drink anything else that day, you'd still like this would be like, nice, okay, cool. Ogden Boon, it's gonna be multiple spices, so
Hell
it's
yeah.
gonna be like cinnamon, ginger, star anise, cloves, pepper, coriander, nutmeg, fennel.
Wow.
Like
Jeez.
Did you have like a whole list in front of you when you were you just reading off a list?
so like it's also gonna be it's like that variation, so it's like a chai
Oh yeah, perfect.
sort of tea.
The best kind.
Yeah, it's got a chai, but it also you can maybe see him pull out of nowhere or out of a sleeve like a small bottle of whole camel milk.
Okay.
Just, like,
Nice.
pours that in there. Just, what's that? Offers anybody else? Oh, okay. Yeah. Puts it back. Goes back to sipping his chai.
All right. Flitz and apologies while I try to remember these names. Yeveck.
Flitz is pretty easy. Flitz is like citrusy. It's a lot of home. So I imagine being up in the cold, there's a level of people getting sick and such like that. So like that nice citrus open up so like lemon and tangerine and like blood orange, like really just potent, strong citrus flavors. And it's the level of being so citric that it almost makes you like lightheaded, like airy feeling in the head. Like it's just so it just makes you feel like like you took like a really deep breath. Yeveck is his tea smells like black coffee with hints of sweet tobacco and bourbon, like the subtle after flavor of bourbon.
Nice.
And with that, all to take it right out of my mouth, he does pull out a small little flask, uncork it, and dips a little bit to get a little bit more of a flavor to it. So
Perfect. And then finally, Dax and Yvonne.
Dax's tea smells like fresh pine that's been picked from when she would go out with her dad hunting. So it's like you can almost see it looks like fresh needles in there. It almost looks like, and it's so airy. But there's also hints of like star anise in there, cinnamon, almost like a blending of like pine, but also like sense of mulled wine. And for Yvonne, it smells like a mixture of teak and leather and very like sharp scents, very woodsy, very
Okay.
like heavy.
This room's got a stank then. With just all these scents intermingling.
As Noose gets over to his, he'll smell it and then goes like, "Mm." And the smell changes to a bone broth. And Druck smells that, and his changes to a bone broth.
Perfect. All right. I believe many introductions are in order before we get to business. I'm Ilyara Sonatus, a devout of the Weaver, the long-lost goddess of magic, who, for Damer's Bottom Party, yeah, you know who that is. Beneath the Tide Party, no fucking clue who the Weaver is. And I guard this tower and the ley lines that converge here. He gestures to the group covered in strange eyes. Introduce yourselves, please, for our new guests.
Grog.
Flitz.
Canna?
Dax.
Hi, I'm Riqquarian Daladra. You just call me Ricky.
I am Quoin Harting. People call me Quoin Harting.
And
Sorry,
then,
you guys seem like really intimidating and powerful and shit.
and then he gestures to the group that just stepped through a portal. Introduce
Yeah,
yourselves to our friends here.
Yeah, you don't need to be to feel any way. Everybody, we're all just feeling around, trying to make it happen. Ogden Boon, man of leisure, seeker of treasure, at your service. Oh, hello, Nusi.
Hey.
Nisi, you going to
Just
introduce
waving.
yourself? Nisi, you got to tell him who you are. All right?
Always looking after him, Eclipse. I love it. You're looking well.
Hey, I'm News. Hey, he
I'm-
looks over. He looks over at Flitz, and then turns his head to the side. And his smile gets bigger.
Flitz is
Like
this,
impossibly
with
big,
his
just
little
like
cup.
normal width, and it
It's
just
like
keeps growing.
His cup is like
Like a jack-o'-lantern.
Nisi, gonna scare him. Hello, I'm Eclipse, head of the Acacia Grove. I guess welcome. It's gonna be a big fight.
Henry is going to say in a somewhat strained voice, like clearly, like there's like a slight quality to it that it's an affected voice. He's going to say, hello, I'm Henry Lofferton, Esquire, and lovely to meet you. And then his voice is going to drop into a more relaxed tone. He's going to say, but to those of you who are my friends, I prefer to go by Henrifex now.
Mm.
And his voice drops somewhere in between the two voices that used to come out of his mouth.
Wait, how much time actually has gone by?
Oh, Nusi, it's been
It's
if
been like 3.5 decades, Nice.
30-some
mean-
years, yes.
What?
yeah, 36 big ones, bud.
36, yes, that's the right one.
I kind of
Oh, wow.
I kind of want to have News roll a dice to see how long it's been for News because of the Feywild shenanigans.
3 days!
Let's do it. Let's do
Do
it.
it. Roll me a
An
D-
hour.
roll me a d20.
You were 3 inches in 3 days.
If it's some, if it's
D20.
if it's like a second, I'll be like, okay, no. But
It's
'cause that's gonna be
it's like-
what?
5.
5? Okay, that might be like a minute.
It's been 1 minute for Nice.
Time's weird in the Feywild. You can never figure out if it's been days or hours.
Yeah.
Just time's weird.
Don't know.
Newcomers. Yeah, we've got Yeveck and Yvonne. Please introduce yourselves. Oh, yeah, they're with me.
darling. Go ahead.
Oh, you're always too kind, Yeveck. We'll change that later again. But yes, I'm Yvonne. Oh, it's been too long since we've seen you, Ogden. It really has.
Well, the business takes you around the world. No, but hello.
But so does pleasure, Ogden. You must learn that sometime.
Oh well, I am a man of leisure.
Right, and Yeveck is simple as that. Pleasure to meet you all.
But you are not a simple man, Yeveck. Not by any means. And you see Yvonne just kind of like give him a little like scratch underneath the chin by his beard.
And he'll do the whole, as it's done, he'll run the hands through the beard to fix it. And
Oh
then
boy.
He'll take a long drink, but he is so as he. I think probably high perception wise, he would be as he takes a drink. His eyes kind of lift a bit, and they do a scan of pretty much the whole room. He is. He knows what he's capable of. He knows what Ogden and Yvonne are, and he's probably heard some stories of Ogden's past. Just a little note: Yeveck is about 62 years old.
Okay.
As a
Yo,
Goliath.
twinsies!
Right. But there is the age. It may show more on the others. The age you mostly see around like the eyes, like there's visible lines and such. But he is taking a keen look over everyone, sizing them up.
Perfect.
And he's being very quiet about it.
Now that we're all here, I think the best thing to do is talk about potential. And he gestures to the group that came through the portal. These individuals, except those two, helped stop Asmodeus 36 years ago.
Oh, my role was mostly tangential. I didn't help directly, but
Henry, you saved hundreds of lives dozens of lives with your demiplane. You were a big help.
I was a support. But you were all the real heroes.
Quit pretending like you're a footnote, Henrifex. Come on.
We are happy to be a footnote.
Well, you're more of a headline in my book. It's coming out very soon.
I'm gonna subtly slip Henrifex like 300 gold, just like as like some sort of bargain we have dealed out. That Drunk probably definitely sees. But I do, like, while we're together, I do slide Henry 300 gold. Henrifex 300 gold.
It's about whether Ogden would talk about his book or not.
And these individuals are, and he gestures towards this campaign group. You all are, do you have a name, a title? What are some accomplishments that you can tell us about yourselves to see if you're qualified to save the world?
We're the Faust and the Furious.
Mm-hmm.
We fought the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Killed a few dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Rescued a prince.
Mm-hmm.
The moon. Say the moon.
That was the first thing I mentioned, Flitz. I don't know how
I
I
missed
can
it.
go from there.
Do you see the goblin over there? He keeps staring at me. Is that a goblin? What is that?
I mean, it kind of looks like a goblin. Hey, are you a goblin?
His mouth was slowly opening while he was looking at Flitz, and then he goes,
Like it. Trembling as he drinks his tea.
Yeah, we've done a bunch, like, kind of cool stuff. I mean,
We killed 2 dragons. By the way.
yeah, we've killed 2 dragons.
3?
Oh,
Y'all
that's
killed
quite
3.
lovely.
We've also brought about the ruin of several other dragons, and we've got I'd say, at the least, a very complicated relationship with a specific sect of dragons, but, you know, we're coming around. Isn't that right, Lenny?
Oh yeah, everybody else
Yeah,
is
that's
just,
also
like,
Lenny.
free, like,
He's
dragon
also part
thing.
of the Faust and the Furious, relatively new member.
We met a god.
Oh, which one? Perhaps we've met.
Oh.
Oh, it was
Oh, it's not that
we've met
impressive.
Bahamut,
What was the other one that took Vin?
Armathan?
No.
No,
Oh,
'cause-
Bahamut. Right.
Yeah, Bahamut took
confusing.
Vin.
Yes.
I guess technically.
Kenna met the
Cathossis-
Weaver.
Oh yeah, I met the Weaver a few times.
Right. People keep mentioning the Weaver. Who is that?
The goddess of of weaving.
So like,
Like baskets?
Yes.
think of the world as like a globe, and not a flat surface, and there's like different points on the surface that are connected through ley lines, which conduct magic throughout the whole world. The Weaver
Yes.
kind of makes those ley lines work. And now, because of some god trying to come back after being trapped for who knows how the fuck long, they're starting to get poisoned, and that's why these portals are opening up. To the best of my knowledge.
Can Yeveck roll an insight check on this whole
Yeah,
discussion?
go for it.
Now that you say it out loud, it sounds like we did this.
I
Did
was
you- did
trying
you?
to avoid saying that drunk.
No.
Yes, did you do this?
Of course not. No.
31
friend-
on insight.
It's
Jesus fuck.
doesn't seem like a lie. It just doesn't know how to word what they're saying.
A good
This-
friend.
You can tell definitely that Ricky's trying to look as small and unobtrusive as possible.
A good friend then released this entity. The Weaver. We don't know where this eye, what was it, Cathossis?
Yeah,
We don't know
we call
where-
him Kathy.
Yeah, we don't know where this one came from.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's easier than calling him Cathossis every time. I feel like it's like if you invoke the name of a being, you like bring
Which-
their consciousness on you. I don't know.
Yeah, and
I think there's a
Just like
reason why
that
you
booby
have failed
bitch.
to accomplish as much as this other group. The
No, but
back and back debating feels a
All
little...
right, so what now?
Wait, have you guys been calling it Kathy without me? Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's
No,
really
I
only
could-
just been me and Flitz, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
so-
Okay.
Yes, but I could easily imagine when we are fighting them that they might go, ack!
That's...
To
that
to answer your
voice?
question, Noose, I think it's best these individuals here with their weird eyeballs growing on places, as you can see. Those eyes apparently are key to closing these rifts. So, I think it's jolly time to split you all up and tackle each of these 7 or 8 rifts kind of all at once. Sort of, well, not all at once, but like 3 of you who know how to close rifts go with 3 people who are mighty and powerful, like this goblin here. Clearly the leader of your group.
I mean, technically, we
More
were
or
all
less.
kind of captains at one point. That's the wrong voice. Technically,
Have
technically,
fun.
Waiting
in
for
our
it.
group, we were all captains at one point or another. I guess I was the pirate queen. I do have to say that. But
think-
Nuzia was a captain at one point.
I think I was captain of laws. Was that what my title was?
Yes,
think
yes.
we'll-
Point of order, Eclipse.
Oh, yes. Actually,
you were-
we're all
you were-
captains, yeah.
You were captain of an initiation. I think I was captain of maps at one point. Oh, the map.
Oh, that does sound
Yes.
familiar. Yes.
Yes. You can read
mean,
it all in my book.
best
Do we have to
Captain.
give all these new people captain roles?
No. Unless
Oh,
unless
God.
they unless they join in, they have to officially join the crew.
Well,
but-
why don't
Do we
you-
even
why don't
have a
y'all join
ship
our
anymore?
crew? We have a crew too. What is... Kendall, what is our group name?
We're the Fast and the
The fa-
Furious.
the
Why are
fa-
you all making me switch
Right.
accents so quickly?
That's why. It's because we...
What are you having some
Pick
trouble
on
switching
Kenna
between
particularly.
accents?
Anna, but you're the face of the party. Of course we're gonna get you to talk.
Well,
Yeah, thanks, Dax, for that
I'm
reminder.
certainly not going to.
now that we've got the introductions out of the way, I think the best choice is to sort of figure out what rifts should be tackled first. You should be able to tackle 2 rifts at once. Now the rifts are, there is one on Cold Claw Isle, on the continent you're all teleporting from, Ipshire. I feel like I pray you're familiar with the continent with your sailing experience that I've heard about from Mr. Lofferton here. With your ship.
Yes,
you
I'm
have-
pretty
you have
fucking familiar with my hometown.
What are the what are the qualifications that you're... What
Well,
do you need
there
to
aren't
do?
any really other people out there qualified to sort of end such an incursion. These people stopped Asmodeus. I feel like they have stopping gods in their wheelhouse, so to speak.
Oh, I meant more, what does it qualify to close a rift? Having an eyeball, do
from-
we toss one in?
No, apparently you just have to focus on the rift if you have one of these weird eyeballs. And he like conjures a mage hand and like pokes the one on Ricky's palm.
Ow! Wow, that hurts.
These, you just need to focus apparently, and ones with eyes can close the rifts. There's one on each continent, it would seem, including the 2 continents that reappeared after their banishment, Cathossis and Bosgrave. Those both reappeared when the weave was restored to the world. There's one on Anundial, of course. in a town known as Idolode, in a dungeon called the Descent, apparently. There's one to the far north, the continent of Dragonsbeard, below the capital of Lulth's Crown in the Lower Dark, the lowest region of the Underdark, the furthest down, miles and miles down. Then there's one on Silga. Have any of you ever heard of Silga? The desert continent.
Eclipse is just gonna look at Ogden with a sigh.
Well, there's,
yeah.
there's one there, in the heart of a jungle. 36 years ago, wow, coincidence. 36 years ago or so, the continent was a vast, arid desert, no greenery whatsoever. And now greenery has slowly returned to the continent. Jungles, oasis, numerous sort of greenery has started to return. Life has returned to the continent. It's not just Kymels, anymore. And that incursion is in the heart of a jungle known as the Jungle of Amin, named after Prince Amin, the one of the old governing bodies. They're very cursed, turned into a cursed mummy, bad stuff. Brings back memories to some of you. The continent of
beware.
The continent of Esselvire. We have marked off the location of this incursion to be in the old, into an underground city there, known as the City Below. It should be more accessible now that Blutfelsen has returned to its home continent. It should just be now a gaping hole in the ground, and you just got to go down. Ipshire, of course, is on the Coldclaw Isle. The ruined ashen wasteland of Felrinthis, where Tiamat destroyed the continent many, many years ago. And that incursion is in a jagged mountain range called Bahamut's End. That is just an ashen wasteland. There's nothing there, no life, nothing. It's rather depressing, if I must say so myself. The incursion point on this continent, Cathossis, which you're all currently on, you're on a new continent, congratulations, is in the middle of a strange island named the Isle of Troubled Sorrow, in a region known as Mortmundum. And finally, the last incursion point is apparently on the gloomy, shadowy land of Basgrave, stemming from a haunted manor, long abandoned, known as Bent Hill. Now, getting to these places is easy. I assume some of you have abilities to do so. However, our main tower, back on Nundial, which you can teleport back to from here, because why not? There's a room of windows. You can just step through a window and appear on another continent with the snap of your fingers. And, funnily enough, the Basgrave window is only about 100 yards away from that abandoned house. But now the fun part is, should probably figure out who's going to be going with who.
You. And Druck looks at Yvonne. You, cleric, healer.
Well, I can heal, but I can also... Actually, that's talk for another time, but yes, I do heal.
I'm with this one.
Okay, so
And Druck will just walk over and stand next to them.
So team 1 so far is Druck and Yvonne.
Also
Six people per team.
Yvonne,
I
babe,
must say,
let's
I
make
do
this
like that.
a competition, and Yeveck will stand on the opposite side.
A competition. Okay.
Oh, two big, strong men competing? That does sound like a fun time for me.
Oh boy.
And Yvonne's just standing there, like, thinking, and she just, like, hitting her whip in her hand, and she's just like...
Oh, Yaris is like, are these the right people? Look at Ogden, or at Henry. Are these the right people?
Yes, there are. Well, just personal proclivities aside, have nothing to do with one's ability to save the world, of course.
No, of course not. I'm just curious.
Ricky's gonna stand up and then just like through that whole thing is gonna slowly go over to the group that Yeveck is in.
Okay, so, all right, that's all right.
Because Yvonne makes Ricky uncomfortable.
Perfect.
Which then Henrifex will just go, well, I suppose I'm over here then, just to keep things even-ish, and he's gonna go join the Yvonne group.
Alrighty.
Flitz is gonna do what Ricky kind of did, and slip around away from Noose and like go this way.
Damn it! Damn it!
Where did Flitz go?
To
Yvonne's
Yvonne.
Yeah.
Druck's group.
Okay. Damn it!
So then Ogden will just like kind of beeline to Ricky and be like, you wouldn't you wouldn't happen to be a member of a specific crew of nudists, would you?
Oh yeah, yes I am.
Fascinating. Oh wow. So you guys generally you guys stay out of the fray. Do you keep history? It just starts asking history like anthropological questions, and just by sheer curiosity has joined that group.
Okay,
Just like
cool.
just starts like would make Ricky uncomfortable by how much he's like, but tell me what's your main average?
But Ricky really can't get away because
But,
Yeveck's
like,
on the other side, kind of wall imposing, so Ricky's
He's like, double Dutch in here, Yeveck.
Oh.
This is good. Good knowledge is great. Get in there.
Ogden, you hear a voice from inside of Ricky's clothes. Fuck. The owl's coming.
Calm down, I'm sure he'll be fine.
And you see like a little like rabbit poke its head out, a white rabbit with 2 red eyes and a red eye directly in its forehead. Just, hello.
Hello, you there, Mister Bunnyman.
This is Mr. Fluffles.
And I even guessed correctly on the Mister. All right, hey.
I got high one time and hallucinated him, and then he just came to life.
Fascinating. Whoa.
We've never really spent any time or processing on that. We just kind of went with it.
Probably best, yes.
Yeah, I have a reasonably similar story about Russ here.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. Isn't that right, brother?
Yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I mean, although it's less a hallucination and just a trip to the Feywild. So, well, I'll get back to that. Druck, should do you want a classic Druck and Quoin mess around?
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty.
Throws up some knucks.
I get to watch you two mess around. Well, that's gonna be worth all the while. Yeveck, you're missing out. I think I've already won this.
Quoin and I are quite acrobatic.
I cannot wait to see that.
And yours are wings. Is this? It feels like this is sort of the cool like wing team. I don't mean to.
Oh yeah.
Put a name to it or anything, but it's pretty cool. It seems pretty exciting.
It sounds like we're team top over here.
More like Wingstop, if you will.
And then Dax is just like, when she says that, Dax just looks at Quoin and almost looks like heartbroken because their
right
joke
back.
was like their team top.
I would never. Sorry, Yvonne. I feel as though you have crossed a line of decency, which I think is not uncommon for you. No character judgment on that. But I apologize. I'm already team top with someone. I'm a promised little dragon man.
I apologize for stepping over that boundary, Quoin.
Oh, no apologies necessary, but I just wanted to manage expectations with nomenclature.
Dax it was. Well, if your Quoin is joining up with Yvonne, maybe you should step over here.
Yeah, Dax is just like, after that comment, they just kind of like stepping over there, and they're just like, oh my god, I've been replaced in their brain.
Alrighty.
Wait a second, are there 2 fucking Goliaths on one team?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeveck and Dax.
Wow.
It's kind of
And Ogden, who, if I remember correctly, is also tall.
I think he's like 6'2", or maybe 6'3".
Yeah.
Noose is
And
gonna
then
be able to hide
Reedy.
like crazy.
Yeah.
And then Ricky is 5'8", so
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
god, they're just all having a conversation as Ricky's like,
yeah, around Ricky.
Well,
and Ricky's
that-
just standing there in the middle.
That team looks like it's getting noose. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ricky has one person shorter than him.
Mhm.
that leaves
Uh,
kind of.
Yeah. I'm
Like
really
that's
torn
easy.
because, like, on one hand, Noose, but the other hand, Yvonne and Quoin have, like, healing covered. And Kenna's also, like, kind of the healer with Quoin. So they're, like, torn on which side they want to go on.
There's a cleric on
Yeah. But, like,
team.
they don't
What's
know that
top?
Noose is a cleric. They think Noose is some weird
Yeah, Noose does
Feywild
not
True.
look
dude.
like a
That's
cleric
true.
at all.
That's
He doesn't
true.
have,
That's
like,
The,
that's
Does
right.
Yvonne look like a cleric? She don't either.
I mean,
Well, they have a holy symbol, like an amulet of whatchamacallit, right?
weird like
What-
ears or whatever.
what's the current count of old characters versus new characters? in
Team
each team?
top.
It's
Team
50-50.
Team top is no team whatever. Team one. I have team one. Team wings.
Wing.
Team
Wing.
winging it.
Wings.
Winging
Oh,
it.
yeah. Winging it. I like
Uh,
that.
winging it.
is 5, and the other team is
Wingstop.
4.
Team tall.
So, first team is Druck, Yvonne, Henry, Flitz, Quoin. So 5. And the second team currently is Yeveck, Ricky, Ogden, Dax.
So there's 3 people that haven't.
Yeah,
The
Noose-
idea
Noose
that-
and both of Kate's characters.
The
Oh,
idea that
well,
we
Noose-
trade
okay.
literally won. So it's like swap out. Here, you take Yvonne. And we'll take.
Newsy.
No.
It's been so long since we've caught up. Can
I think
if you have a moment, I'd love to bend your ear about the Feywild. I know news of the Feywild would be just a tonic to Russ over here.
There's a lot of really cool looking animals, and they make good skins. And they taste,
You know
taste,
what?
They taste funny,
Sorry,
but
what was
good.
that about? Animal skins?
Kenna, maybe you should come over here. Or, no, maybe.
Are you sure, Flitz? I don't know.
No, maybe
I don't
I don't trust the cat around the goblin.
Well, actually, Noose and I are best friends, so I take offense to that.
Well, it's your skin, not mine.
You see Noose go
Noose would never
right up to
help
Flitz.
unless he builds up his healing once again.
Do you not remember me? Not even in your dreams.
And he holds out a finger and slowly goes and touches his chest, casting Death Ward.
Oh. He like jumps back as it. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Well, I'll tell you
You're gonna
this.
live through this.
And I'll tell you this: it's usually either something very wondrous and magical, or it's a prank. And then he proceeds to talk to Ricky again, just ignoring.
I think Eclipse is gonna go with group 1, with Blitz, Hengerfect, Quoin, Yvonne, and Druck, and Kenna's gonna go with Yeveck, Dax, Noose, Ricky, and Ogden.
So Eclipse is going Druck, Yvonne, Henry, Flitz, Quoin, or is that Kenna?
Eclipse is going with group 1.
Group wing.
Okay.
Group wing.
Well, you got a were-rat on your side now. And
Yeah.
then,
I'm getting that Eclipse is aware at.
yeah. And then, I'd say you might have some control over it over these 36 years. You know, like
Maybe.
can't there be
Depends on what phase of the moon we're in.
Yeah, of course. And also the moon. The moon's weird.
Yeah.
And then Kenna's...
Moon's gone now. That really fucked up my cycle.
And then Kenna...
You're what?
Moving past that...
Girlfriend's into the moon.
Oh
That's
boy!
not fun.
Oh boy!
I love it.
And then, so yeah, Kenna. I mean, it leaves us to Noose. I guess Noose is going to be on team 2 because Druck's on team 1.
Yeah. Ooh, Noosey.
Hi.
Hello.
This is going to be so much fun.
Hey. We're all gonna live, you know that? No one's gonna die.
Well,
I mean, I've already died once in the last few days, so that's how our lives are going.
Jeez, what kind of bad quirk do you have in your group?
I mean, well, I guess
Oh, man.
I'm kind of the healer. Quoin's another
Nobody.
healer, but I'm kind of the healer. But I got cursed by this demon thing, and now I'm vulnerable to non-magical damage. But I am resistant to all spells damage.
Graces be, you're
I'm a
We're
little
looking
fucked
at,
up, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that that's out of the way, we should probably discuss which two rifts you're going to tackle first. Which would make the most? Which ones fancy your adventuring minds?
The gaping hole one seems pretty easy, so
You would say that, yeah.
The one on Esselvia.
yes, that one.
Fair enough.
The city below, but it's not really below anymore because it's not really there.
You have who on your team has
kind of
been
a city
who on your
now.
team? Who on your team has been there before? Noose, Ogden.
Mhm.
That's probably it.
Yep.
Yeah, I
City
remember
below.
what happened last time I went there. That wasn't fun.
So no to
Oh,
that
yeah.
one for the first one.
And you know,
I mean,
let's,
I'll go. It's just not a lot of good memories.
Let's make better memories.
You can make some new memories.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also, if anyone wants, I got drugs.
Oh wait, is it?
it's Kenna.
I've got
yes.
Are
drugs.
Ken
Yes.
and Drunk on a team or no?
No, they're separated.
Kenna's not on a team with
Yes,
Drunk.
I
no.
would. I would
You're
potentially.
holding back.
Drug, come here.
There's time to switch.
Hey, before we get separated, you want some of the euphoric dust?
He holds out his pipe.
Pack it.
All right, I'm gonna give Druck a serving of euphoric
You
dust.
see you see another pipe pop in. He makes a big mighty hand.
Are they all trading in drugs at the moment?
You said you would share.
I think
Yeah, it
they
seems
are.
like it.
I'll pour another serving in Yeveck's pipe.
Oh, pack
The
himself.
youths.
What kind
All
of-
right.
What kind of drugs do they even have? It doesn't look like pipe weed.
It's what I think. Our friend Ricky there. He actually, I think that's where his rabbit came from. I might be lying though. I don't remember.
Do you know what that is?
where I came from. Ricky hallucinated me in the far realm, and then I was created by a trickster deity or archfey called Peshan. Yep.
That guy's supposed to be dead. Like super
is.
dead, beyond dead, like soul
He's-
gone, obliterated
like-
dead.
Like Noose made it, or like Peshan?
So it was Peshan. He was there with this Asmodeus butthole who was all chained up.
Wait, all those guys were supposed to be super dead.
Well,
Like
I-
super
What's the
super
third
dead.
one?
Like I
There was
lost
a-
my good dagger from it.
There was a third one too.
Oh right.
Wait, you guys saw Asmodeus and
Oh, yeah.
Chained up.
in the
Yeah.
same place.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, I think it was a
I don't
weird
know
like.
what his name was, but there's some
It looked like a
fiery
weird fucky elf dude with like.
devil.
Oh yeah, that's fucking Asmodeus. Henrifex, when we get back, we're gonna have to tell Ash that Asmodeus is still a thing.
Well, so it was. It was like a place between places. I think it was something about something about multiple universes or something. So I don't think it was like the here them. Or it was a different them. I'm not entirely sure.
Whatever, it's not an issue right now. We'll just have to
It's
get
not
ran
an
to it.
issue. Yeah. Alright. Thanks, Gunnar.
He goes in for that.
Anything for you, bud?
No, we won't.
Don't use it all in one place.
You know I won't. Well, I might. Never mind.
So yeah,
Don't die.
What Team 1, what rift is appealing to you? Like I said, we can we'll get the person who owns the staff of the Weaver to teleport you all back to the central tower, and you can just step through a window and arrive where you need to go. Except the Ipshire window. The Ipshire window is currently malfunctioning.
Let's start with the furthest one away. How's that sound?
That would be
If there's gonna be any issues, get them out of the way first.
like the furthest continent away, or
For this location.
That would be Bosgrave. It's the far, far, far west.
Let's do it.
That's Bent Hill House. Garrett knows what that is.
Yeah, it's fucked.
All right. All right.
That's
So
half of the houses we've been to.
he Ariaris snaps his fingers and conjures a ledger, and also a quill. It's like a peacock feather quill, very ostentatious. Doesn't need to be that long, but it's like 6 feet long, and it kind of just like spools back. He's like, "All right, so Team 1, Bosgrave Rift. Does that all work for you all?"
Works for me.
That seems as though it is a good, it's a good place as an start.
How do you feel about ghosts, haunted houses, time not working properly, not being able to get out of said house, an unending infinite hedge maze?
I feel like we've all done that before.
Perfect.
You have. Wait, what? Wait, what? No.
Well, there was a maze outside of Henry's house with its previous owners. And then there was that one tower where I lost Bahamut's Bane.
What is that?
Mm-hmm.
It was like this dagger made out of Tiamat's tooth that I accidentally gave away because I was stressed and emotional. I've regretted it almost every day.
Let's try to take his hands to cover up Quoin's ears.
I mean, there was
they're on the same team.
Yeah.
There was a short while, about 3 weeks, where I was a champion of Tiamat. Right, saving the world.
We spit on her name.
Spitting on the ground.
You spit on the name of her.
Like you could see.
What, Tiamat?
Oh, you're into spitting. I'll note that down, Flitz.
Yvonne.
Do you
No.
always have a one-track mind?
There is a. You can see Quoin like
Business
biting
and
his lip,
pleasure's
just
the
like.
only way to live.
Just the twitchy eye.
If you're asking me if I want to go to this place you described, all I can say is I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Perfect. Now,
I don't have it anymore. Some old dude has it now. So.
Quoin is
Dead.
learning forgiveness, so maybe you can forgive Eclipse for being the champion of Tiamat for a distant past discretion.
It was like 36 years ago or something.
And that's like older than you, Quoin, isn't it?
It is through compassion and forgiveness
Yes.
that we learn how. And then you also see like 2 clawed white hands come over Quoin's hands and help rub his temples, and just in back, just letting. Just like. It is okay. Yes. It is. Each act of forgiveness gets us closer to Mount Celestia. Okay. Oof.
all right, Team 2, any rifts calling out to you?
Let's take care of any. Is there any one we need to save? Is there one near a populated area we should get people safe?
I mean, if
We
the
can.
door's broken,
Yeah,
I
that's
could,
good for me. I think that's a great idea.
if someone can tell me about Ipshire, I could probably get us there without using the door. It's a little risky, but I can probably do it.
Oh, of course, I forgot to
Nope.
mention, you cannot teleport within 20 miles of a rift. Somehow teleportation magic is messed up. The windows can help you get to the continent, but if you have any other means of getting to continents, you can simply use that. But
Well,
for
that's
some,
fucking dumb.
I agree.
Fucking stupid riffs. What the fuck?
Well, the good ship, the good ship Marion is always ready to sail.
Ogden,
Yes.
I acknowledge your respect for your mother, but it will always be the Snow Meadow. You just gotta say it. From across the room.
Ogden
Isn't it a new
rubs his
ship?
shoulder while considering that, and then
No, it's
goes
just-
back.
Dispowered and renamed.
Oh, right.
I was so partial to the void mom myself. All right. So, populated place. Yeah?
Is
Yeah,
there
you
one
go.
that is near a populated place?
So
Yes.
so it sounds like Ipshire is our first destination.
Hey,
It's
the,
like,
the one,
like an abandoned.
Can't get us that close, though, apparently, according to Ilgaris. Right? Ilgaris?
Yeah.
of course.
but-
Did I
I mean-
I apologize, Ilyaris, you were saying something. Did I hear that wrong? Is that a good place, a lot of population, we could save some people?
It is a settlement island. Cold Claw Isle is a settlement of fishermen. They live on the island.
If that's the one with the most people nearby, we should do that one.
Yeah, let's get him.
But if there's another one,
There is one directly below the capital of Dragonspear, Lolth's Crown, but that is far, far in the very bottom recesses of the Underdark.
that's fine. If it's populated by a bunch of people that need to be saved.
There's also the one that I believe these ones took a contract for, and that is in the town of Idleode on Unundil. In the
Oh yeah, that's like a whole fucking town on Ramney.
beneath a tavern in a town.
Yeah.
We should do that one then.
Oh, that place.
Yeah, we could do a 2-for-1. Right, Ricky and Dick? We could do like a 2-for-1. Get a job done and close a rift.
Sure,
Get
sure.
some
I get it,
extra,
yeah.
extra
Are
cut.
y'all... Wait.
Yeah.
So you two are going to be in charge of closing the rifts, right? If I'm not...
Oh, I mean,
understanding.
it's probably gonna be like, Ricky, how many eyes do you have? I only got one.
3.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's probably gonna be Ricky.
And you remember that when you closed the rift, you gained an eye.
Oh yeah.
Is there a way that we can acquire an eye? Maybe that would be beneficial.
I mean, I could
You
try
don't
stepping
want
in
one.
for Ricky. Like, switching off. Unless you two also, or you three also want to try.
Dax,
is
Kenna,
it-
and Ricky can close one. Dax has one eye, Ricky has 3, Kenna, you have 1.
Is this a sort of thing like chimal pox? Do we need to like scratch your eyes and then rub our skin and see if
No,
we
you
get them
kind of
too?
need to, volunteer. I guess you need to commune with Cathossis in your dreams or get close
Oh,
with. Yeah.
Kathy. All right. Well, let's. Well,
You call him Kathy too?
Well, I mean, I observed you did, and I, love
right.
molding right into groups.
Also, did you send us this letter? And I'm gonna ask Dax to pull out the note from Ricky.
Oh, nice. It's
Dax is like going through their bag and like pulls it out and gives it over
How
to
did you find
Ogden.
us with this?
that's nothing like you're writing.
Pull out a sample. Yeah, as you can see from the handwriting in this book I'm copies hitting the shelves soon.
Eclipse lighted over another 300 gold to Henry.
There is a very disparate differences in the loops and swoops and my scrawling writing in this doesn't seem to be similar at all.
Maybe you're
So,
rushed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or maybe you had Icarus write it for you?
Oh.
Okay, well, now, as entertaining as that would be, I don't, I hate to say it, but, Icarus doesn't write.
Nope, I just speak, brother.
Boom. Very literate. It doesn't have the patience to learn penmanship.
Nope.
We'll figure it out later.
Ooh, okay.
Brought
Well,
us
we'll-
here so it wasn't a complete loss.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe we'll find that fox in the hen house. But,
Or someone's intimidating. Or...
Ooh. Shall we,
What's the
then... Ooh.
Imitating you. That's right.
Oh, ooh, that's always a sticky wicket.
Well, you're going to be publishing a book, so people are going to be plagiarizing you.
Oh, well, you know. When you put a stamp on history, you end up with all sorts of imitators. Shall we,
Like someone we know.
hmm?
No. Because it was purposely written not.
Oh yeah,
like-
they look different.
I believe it was someone who wrote it, and they definitely wrote it in a different way.
Let's try to do it with embellishings to make
Left
it look
hand.
more flouncy.
Hmm.
Alright, so we're going to a place on. You guys said it was a place in Remnant.
Yeah, we're the town of Idleode.
All right,
Alright.
yeah, idle load.
Yeah, this one dude was getting weird dreams,
Oh, yeah.
probably because of this opening.
Mm-hmm.
Ogden,
Yeah.
There is a writer that's trying to get to get well known, kind of along the same time as you. His name is Sir Arthur Wordweave.
Oh.
Such books as Half-Mast and Full Hearts is a romance novel he wrote. About two gnomes struggling to keep their feelings at bay. They come across a murderous plot while on a voyage across the oceans. The reception was terribly written smut with some heartfelt moments in between. He wrote a book called The City in Stasis, which is about the city you're currently in. The Fall of the Devil Prince. Vampires and Forgotten Lust. A book. Renowned lawyer and vampire hunter extraordinaire Chenry Chofferton, Esquire, prowls the jungles of Cala de Cuervos looking for the vampires who murdered his 3 wives.
Whoa.
And that's the last book you remember him writing. And he's trying to get famous.
It was Sir Reginald Wordweave?
Arthur Wordweave.
Arthur Wordweave. That 2-bit hack. Arthur Wordweave is a real scoundrel. Makes me so angry I want to spit. All right. So shall we continue or what?
Well, I believe time is of the essence.
Yeah. Well,
Let's go.
Yeah, let's right along.
He'll look at Ken and say, "Just focus on the main tower while holding the staff."
Before Kenneth starts, Yvonne is gonna go over to Yeveck and give him a very dainty kiss on the cheek, and just kind of quietly
Lowers
goes,
a little bit.
"Make sure."
Guys, can we save it for when we're at the tower? We can all leave from the tower together. I gotta concentrate.
You don't okay, shows of affection, got it. This group's not about it.
And Yvonne will just look towards you. It just kind of gives you that agreeable nod.
Thanks. And I'm gonna, I guess, use teleport to the tower.
You don't need to use teleport.
Oh,
We're in it.
Yeah.
I don't.
We just need to walk there.
You just bounce with your staff.
He says focus on the central tower, not this one, but the other one you came from.
Mm-hmm.
You focus on with the staff, and you all just immediately.
Oh.
And you're standing in a room full of windows on the walls.
Alright, so how do we get back once we do our thing?
You can see the window. You can see the window you went through before to get back to that tower.
These are
No, I mean, how do we get back to this spot?
I think
We go and close the rift, then
we're going to
walk.
another tower, Drunk, and then we leave from that tower into, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different towers. Most of the people are dead, including the person who was running Ipshire Tower. So you might get a lot of
You're told so they're not going to they're not going to the Ipshire Tower. They're going to the
right.
Anundial Tower. The Ipshire Tower, you were told, doesn't work because it keeps flashing between locations, which, as the Beneath the Tide party are here, which is everybody but Henry wouldn't recognize this location, but Ogden, Druck, or Ogden Noose, and Eclipse recognize a brief vision of that jungle that you entered that one tower in that had the weird shit in, and then the tower vanishes to a different location.
The one where Eclipse gave up the dagger.
Yes, the exact tower.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Druk, I think once we finish, we return back to the tower, and then we just use the window. Oh, we talk to the archivist. The head archivist.
Druk, with your passive perception, you get a sense you all might be split up for quite some time doing these separate rifts.
Okay. I mean, based on what everybody's saying, do all of you have rations? We're gonna be separated for a while.
You know, as you mentioned, I haven't been hungry like all day or thirsty. Ricky no longer needs to eat or drink.
Oh, you should eat.
It will. Never you mind. It was Druck, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I just so happen to have that covered. Yeah.
Do you know what I just realized?
What's that?
There's 2 Goats Infinite chests in this total group.
Yeah.
Someone from the first campaign has one. I don't know who it was who took it. I think it. I don't remember who has it.
Quoin, or it was Quoin and Ogden. Those are the 2 people.
Yeah.
No. Noose.
Noose has it, I think.
Oh,
I think
okay,
no.
was gonna
Noose.
say-
I think Noose might have given his chest to Ogden.
Regardless,
Like that was
there's-
like one of the last.
Regardless,
things that
we've
he
got
did.
2 Goats Infinite chests
Yeah.
floating around.
So if we put one inside of the other, are we just gonna kill the world?
It would be bad.
Yeah.
How nary the 2 shall meet.
But I'm not.
But it does mean the 2 groups can send things back and forth to each other.
Correct.
That is great.
Oh,
I just don't want to. I just don't want to make separate lists keeping track of that. Otherwise, my head will explode.
Yeah,
So-
it's gonna go. It's gonna go wild. Yeah, we'll be just fine. Master Druck, thank you for.
Druck, I've also still got my good berries that I always have ready, so we'll be fine.
I think I have a place we can stop in. I think the pantry is stocked. If we can stop in once or twice if we get hungry.
Mm-hmm. And it also, if you break bread with me, there'll be nothing to fear.
That makes me even more scared of you.
Oh, he's harmless.
Yes, you get used to it.
Druck is gonna like lean over to Kenna, be like,
I'm trusting you to, keep everybody going and keep an eye on Dax.
Yeah, I'll do my
While we
best.
split it up.
Dex just murders the entire other group.
Round 2. Let me get that axe from the chest.
I think Ogden would go to headbutt Dax, the traditional giant's greeting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Aw, my heart, my soul.
Like a half bow,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a full like
Okay.
going at headbutt.
Perfect.
When you do that, Dax just looks at you afterwards with
Take a
like the like biggest smile, and then gives you a very like strong hug, but not too much that you can't breathe. Like a solid good hug.
As you're all headbutting each other and communicating and talking, cramming into this chamber, you hear
Squash me, queen.
You hear another. Oh, we have guests. So wonderful. And you see this old man illusion appear. Donnellan, the head archivist at this tower, he's like, "Oh, new friends, wonderful. Hello, I'm head archivist."
All right. Hello.
Donnellan, wake
hello.
up.
Come on.
Hey, Donnellan, come on, come back
You
to
were just
us.
in the middle of a thought.
Oh, hello. When did you get
There
here?
you are.
It's like 2 seconds ago. You just.
Are you all going through windows?
Yes.
I believe we are. Thank you.
Is this the one? And Druck gestures to.
What group are you again? Haunted
Druck's in group 1.
Haunted House team. The one you're looking through overlooks a gloomy landscape of mist and fog, and a few hundred meters away, peeking through the forest of dead trees and nestled upon a hill, is a massive manor house with a very gothic Victorian-era style architecture to it. Abandoned, boarded up. You can see this rusted iron gate surrounding the property. And then, above that one says Basgrave, Bent Hill Tower, Head Archivist, Ludwig Gascoigne, alive.
Alright. Gang, ready?
One
Can we
second,
just
please.
walk through?
Just 1 second. Flitz
Donlin nods.
grabs the book, the book with the eye, the spell book, and he starts flipping through some of the pages. And as he does, he also slips in, like right after the third spell or so, he slips in one of his poem pamphlets, and he closes it. Mr. Ogden, you're a wizard, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
I can read these
hello.
spells, but they're kind of useless for me. They're unusual. We found this. Maybe it'll help. And he just kind of offers the book.
Well, I'm always willing to thumb through, let you read it. Well, you know what? I'll give you an
advanced. It's not much to read through.
Oh, well, I'll give you an advanced copy of my book.
That's all right. Thank you. And he leaves and turns. Thank you.
Well.
So you have this weird leather-bound purple book covered with like engravings of weird eyes on it, and you feel this weird like emptiness when you look at it.
Is this the Kathy vibe y'all were talking about?
Does it have eyes on it?
Oh yeah.
Then yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes, it was in a place that was devoted to.
Oh no, you left and decided to not take my book.
Oh well, I don't want your book, but I'm giving you a book.
Just so blunt about it. So blunt.
I don't want your book. Fuck you.
Y'all painted Ogden in a very bad light.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
Y'all really did.
The best.
Because y'all were like, "Oh, he's a
everything.
man of leisure. He's like lazy." That's what Flitz
there was
thinks
like last
he
session. There
is.
was like conversation about how lazy he is.
Because how y'all were describing him was like, yeah, that's in his mind. Ogden's not great. So
It's not a heavy lifter. He's a heavy reader.
exactly.
Yeah.
When you
I
compare
guess Flitz
wizards, if you
is a
compare
heavy
wizards
lifter.
to Ogden and Vin, the person he first met in Ogden, it's from what the group told him about Ogden.
All right. Well, your loss.
You can see Icarus like start to like form fire in his mouth.
Yes. Just giving him.
Should
giving
we
him a
get
little-
going?
Yeah,
to-
everyone ready?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
let's bounce.
All right.
Oh, Yvonne.
Yeveck.
Yeah.
And then Yvonne's gonna go back over there and she has like one hand on his chest, just like slightly rubbing it, and gives him another kiss on the cheek. And tries to quietly go, but it's probably a little too loud, but she just goes, "Now, you be a good daddy and take care of these children, and
Yes.
I'll be a good mommy and take care of mine, okay?
Lovely.
We must make sure they're kept in line."
Oh, the chain around one of his arms kind of unfurls a bit, and it drops enough to where it hits the floor, and it's like a heavy thud. It's not like a light. This is not like a light chain. And he'll kiss on the top of the head, and he'll adjust the glasses a bit.
The illusory Donlin has a heart attack
Poor thing. Poor thing.
and just disappears.
All right, which one are we going to again?
I think we're heading to Idle Load.
Yep, you're getting
Lovely.
one. Actually, you don't have a window because you're on an
Yeah.
undead right now. You're on remnant right now.
Yeveck is still looking for the window they're supposed to go through.
Oh, Donlin reappears, just clutching his chest. Oh, where are
I
you
think
going?
we gotta walk 2 hours.
Oh, okay, and he disappears again.
Oh, Mr. Boon, do you still have your ship? Might we be able to use that?
There'd be no point taking the ship to get to where you need to go because there's no oceans that get there.
But like it's an airship, right? Or no?
It's a sea ship.
If you throw it hard enough in the air, it'll be an airship for a brief amount of time.
Wait, Dax, can you throw
If we
the
pull the stuff
Marion-
that we did a couple sessions
the
ago,
Marion
Yeah.
in the air?
just open a rift really quick.
Alright, everyone say the goodbyes.
Truck, we're gonna see each other again.
Well, everybody see you later.
Whether it's here or in the cacophony of eyes, but we're gonna see each other again.
Don't say that. We'll see you later.
See you later, Truck.
And Druck will go through.
All right, so you all watch. Druck just step through the boss grave window and disappear.
Eclipse, first round's on me when you get back.
Right? I want to see Peggy with you. Peggy better make it out in one piece.
He pulls just the heel of, like, just the heel and foot of a gold peg leg out of his sleeve, and then tucks it back in.
Oh yeah.
And
How
Noose?
could you forget Peggy?
Noose?
Yeah.
I don't want these people walking away from you without having experienced a few of your pranks. Show them what you're all about.
We got a couple days. Don't worry about it.
Awesome. And she's gonna throw out a fist bump to Noose.
He jumps up in the air.
It's freeze frame.
She's gonna follow. She's gonna. Oh, who went in first?
Druck.
She's gonna follow Druck through.
You're on the other team.
No, Eclipse is with Druck.
Oh, that you sound like kind of. Oh, okay.
It's hard.
I'm
Yes.
only one person, Justin.
Yeah. Okay.
Eclipse will
disappears.
walk over to Kenna, and one of the Hollyshire bear bells that he had from his little thing, he'll kind of take her hand, or their hand, and close it, and kind of pat Dax, and give Ricky a thumbs up. And as he's going to leave, he slides across the floor one of his daggers toward Noose's direction, and he runs into, because he talked about losing his lucky dagger. So there's a weird kinship. He doesn't know why, but he thinks there's a weird kinship. So there's just a mundane dagger at Noose's feet.
I'm so
now
glad.
that he's gone.
I'm so glad.
Does Noose still have the super weapon? No. Okay. What was it called?
Soulbreaker. That was what made you guys possible to deal with Asmodeus.
Right. Oh yeah, we had it vanished when we.
Mhm.
Oh, we had to.
It was supposed to break his soul,
Yeah.
but so that's why it was like kind of alternate universe type thing with the
Yeah.
Far Realm stuff.
Yeah. I was just trying to remember what happened to it.
We will become one mighty fist again. I will make sure that everyone comes back. It is really nice to meet all of you. I think. Okay, bye.
Hey, Quoin. Show him what.
Wait.
Show him the meaning of the world's best driver.
And so humble.
Coin disappears as everybody starts to like diverge into their. Well, one group only has to go through a window.
Yeah.
Yvonne's gonna take a couple steps, like very, not like pointedly towards Kenna, and just gonna bend over. Wait, how tall is Kenna again?
I think they're only like 5'6", 5'7". They're not very. They're like average height for.
Okay, so
You're not very
Yvonne's,
tall.
Yvonne's about like 5'11", so like they're still a couple inches taller, and just kind of leans over towards your ear and just goes, "I can tell you're worried about your friends, but don't worry. I'll make sure they're well taken care of."
All right, mommy. Sorry, mommy. Sorry, mommy. Sorry,
Sorry.
mommy. Sorry.
Now you be a good girl. And Yvonne's just gonna give you like a little tap on the cheek with her hand, and she's going to like turn around and walk towards the window. But as she's passing Yeveck, she's just gonna take her whip and just, not too hard, but hard enough, and it's just gonna whoosh on his ass. And
No
then
reaction. Just no reaction. Slight butt cheek clench. That's it.
Just the eternal clenching.
Yeah.
Sponge steel.
Forever.
Yeah.
and just looks back at him, just that like knowing smile, and just walks through the window.
All right.
And then,
Henry.
yeah, I was gonna say, and then Henry will then walk over to Kenna after she walks by and just go, "And I'll make sure that they actually stay safe."
I think you're like the only person on that team besides Quoin and Druck that I trust. And Flitz.
Well, that's very kind of you.
I just met you, but I trust you just as much.
There was a moment of heartbreak.
You're the only one of those people who aren't the Fast and Furious that I trust right now.
It's very kind of you, given that I am literally a devil.
I mean, my dad was this evil angel dude, so my trust levels are not quite in the right priority order.
Daddy issues will do that. Well, I suppose I'll see you around.
And as Henry,
And then Henrifex will make their way over. Farewell, Noose. Good seeing you again. Have to come by and visit sometime.
Oh yeah, you owe me a game of chess.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All
We need to
right.
remember that. I need to remember that Henrifex actually uses plural pronouns now.
yes, we.
Yeah, Henrifex Henrifex does not an I. Henrifex is a we.
Our.
Us, our, yeah.
So, as Henry steps through, the window just shuts, leaving Yeveck, Ricky, Quoin, or nope, Yeveck, Ricky, Ogden, Dax, Kenna, Noose standing in this room. And as we go to break, I rolled to see whose POV will follow for the last half of the session. So, when we come back, Haunted House team from our break.
Is that Team Wing or is that Team?
That's
Druck Yvonne.
Henry,
Yeah, okay.
Flitz, Coin.
Team
That's-
Mommy!
okay,
So, Team Mommy and
You
Team
got Team
Daddy.
Mommy and Team Daddy.
We'll be back in.
I didn't consent to this.
We'll be back in 10
Nope.
minutes for.
Let me go back to Team Wayne.
Well, what's the safe word, Carnifex?
We'll be back in 10 minutes with.
Asking for a legal binding
This-
contract from a devil.
Oh,
He likes
very
to be
much
back.
so. So we'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half of this weirdness, and we'll see you all very soon. everybody, and welcome to Team 1.
Team Wing.
There are some familiar faces of this campaign. There are some familiar faces from the last campaign, and there's a character nobody knows that well yet.
Oh, but you're going to.
So
We're about to know her real well.
So
Gonna get nice and personal.
So not too personal. So after stepping through the window, you find yourself in the midst of a petrified forest, miles of dead trees stretching out as far as the eye can see. In the distance, a massive dead tree with jet black bark looms on the horizon, towering hundreds of feet above the canopy. A thick, eerie mist blankets the land, imbuing it with a cold, oppressive atmosphere. Nestled atop a nearby hill is a dilapidated manor house, its Gothic architecture standing out amidst the mist. You stand at the base of a tower, its mossy stone walls and thatched roof of irregularly sized black shingles, giving it a kind of creepy appearance, like something you'd see in Dracula. Flanking the tower's front door are two large oil lanterns casting a dim light on the narrow cobblestone road that winds up from the forest towards a small wooden shelter housing 3 large Victorian-style wooden carriages. The light from these lanterns seems to almost repel the mist and keep it at bay. Gargoyle statues perch on every windowsill and along the top of the tower, adding to its ominous appearance. The entire property, including the wooden shelter, is surrounded by a wrought iron fence, its gate slightly hanging open. The front door of the tower is made of simple wood, adorned with a thick iron door knocker in the shape of a wolf. Large iron bars have been hammered into the door and surrounding stone as if to prevent entry. The same has been done to the windows, which have also been barred shut. At the top of the tower, a single window is illuminated by a flickering candlelight, and as soon as you catch sight of it, it goes out, the candle snuffed. And from the forest you can hear the sounds of nightmarish creatures coming from close by and so very far away, all around. Like snarling, howling, gurgling, like just nightmarish creature noises.
Well, Henrifex is going to suit up for this, now that we're out of polite company and into the adventure bit. So he's gonna open up a bag of holding that he got at some point, and is gonna pull out a shield and attach that onto his arm.
All right.
He's also gonna take out his Rod of the Pact Keeper for casting. And then he's going to just kind of like tap the center of his chest under his clothes, and for a second nothing happens, but then out from under the fabric, liquid bronze begins to just like flow upward, like up his neck and then like down out of his sleeves and like covers every bit of his skin until he basically looks like Metal Mario. Just completely covered in metal, except then like after a second the red of his eyes just kind of like glows through the metal, so you can still kind of see where his eyes are, just a glowing red.
Whoa.
That's a new look for you, Henry?
Just a few.
Henrifex, sorry.
Just a few toys we picked up along our time in the office.
Exciting office you've got there.
Well, I have to entertain myself somehow. Oh, and then also he'll pull out a cloak of the manta ray and attach that onto.
Okay.
I don't think there's any water nearby, but just in case.
Let's adjust the helmet a bit. Trying to look impressive now.
Eclipse, make sure that her pistol is loaded.
Oh yeah, you have a flintlock pistol.
Yeah, make sure her pistol is loaded. And then starts tuning her lute.
Mm-hmm.
Ding 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 ding. All right. Slings it back over. I'm ready whenever we want to hit it.
Yvonne is looking at everybody in the group and just trying to not size them up, but just kind of looking at them, and looks at Quoin and takes a knee towards him. I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Would you like a little, shall I say protection? More of insurance, I would say.
I am very well protected by Bahamut and, frankly, a lot of aggressive armor, but I will always take more and use it to protect everyone.
And she is going to take your hand and just gently place a kiss on the top of it. And as she does that, she is going to be casting Death Ward on you.
So 2 people in this group are death warded.
Mhm.
Well, in the other group. Or wait, no, Flitz is
Yeah,
No,
Flitz,
it's
Flitz is
sorry,
here, yeah. Okay.
And just as a reminder of Henry's original magic item that he still has, Henry and anyone within 30 feet of him is immune to being surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Because if danger appears,
Yep. Almost on cue then, as the front door of the tower opens, still shielded by the bars. You see a human man in his late 50s with a patchy goatee with graying bits in it. Skin is slightly sallow and sunken in around the cheeks with dull blue eyes. Dressed in a long, dingy black scarf, a long black leather coat with a single layer of leather cascading down from the shoulders, like a shawl. Black cotton pants and elegant black leather shoes. He wears a wide-brimmed black leather hat on his head, and he's holding an iron candelabra in one hand with 3 flickering candles and a cane. He's walking with a cane in the other, like this very ostentatious cane with a wolf head on it. May I assist you?
I will look at the close portal.
Ah, you must have been sent here by Ilyaris.
Yes, that was his name.
I am Ludwig Gascoigne, the archivist of this tower.
Nice.
You'll forgive my gestures to the iron bars blocking him from you. You'll forgive my alarm. Protections. The long hunt is going on.
Oh, okay.
What?
The long hunt is where the hunters of this land stalk and hunt nightmarish creatures to sort of protect everyone.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Maybe
Do
you
you
could
know
come
which
back.
way we can go to the Bent Hill house?
He gestures to the house up on the hill. But
Yeah,
a
that one.
couple hundred yards away, and
Makes sense.
he flicks his cane, and you hear like a gear-like motion in it, and it turns into like a long like whip sword, like a flurry, like mechanically changes into like a serrated saw-like blade whip sword, and he gestures in that direction, and the blade is actually like moving, like spinning, like in that direction. Do any of you have what I like to call trick weapons, sort of? Anything like this?
I got my hands. I can cast spells. Does that count?
Well done.
Druck pulls out his laser pistol.
I pull out my just +1 pistol. Well, mine
You have a
was as
talent of
cooler
the
than
tongue.
mine. How much for the pistol? Trade you.
Oh, my friend Ven taught me how to use this. They aren't here anymore.
Alright.
He flicks the cane again and turns back into a normal cane. Well, you should be fine then. If you do come across the beasts, they are scared of fire.
Right, fire's good to know.
Don't let them bleed on you.
Oh.
He kind of just starts laughing. Don't let them bleed on you.
Alright, so then what happens if they do bleed on you? Is there anything...
He cocks his head to the side. You become like them.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay, so keep your distance. I could do that.
He kind of like, and he also like stares towards Eclipse and just kind of does like an audible sniff, and then just backs up, closes the door, and you hear like numerous locks just get. And then you hear what sounds like creepy, like a creepy music box start playing, and he just closes the door and leaves.
I hate when people just react like a stereotype. All right.
Flitz does sniff in Eclipse's direction.
What are you sniffing at?
I don't know. You don't stink.
Obviously. I bathe at least twice every other fortnight, so...
Oh.
Still need to work on that.
Maybe you do. Maybe you do stink at the door. He'll prestidigitate a little perfume.
Okay.
Cat allergies start flaring up.
Druck.
Cats don't do well with perfume.
With your passive perception, I'm gonna say you can see like a mile, even though the forest is like dense. But it's also dead trees. There's really no foliage to obscure things. About 400 yards away, perched in a tree, like weirdly perched in a tree, is a humanoid figure. Perching with like really long curled toenails that'll help them like latch into the bark. Very kind of like sunken in grayish skin that's like clinging to the bones. They look human. And they're just chewing on a severed humanoid arm, like a human arm. They're just chewing on a severed arm. They don't look undead. They're just chewing away.
You said it was 400?
About 400 yards, so that's about, I keep using yards. 1,200 feet.
Oh, okay.
Just chewing on an arm. They have like long, greasy hair that's gotten all patchy and
that's in the direction of the house?
just off in the distance, nowhere near the house.
Okay. We should get moving. There are things about. Things I've seen in the distance there. Looks close range, so keep your wits about you. If we can, we run. If we can't, we try to keep our distance.
You say so.
Like, you all have seen your fair share of shit?
Yes, we have seen some shit, and because of the shit we've seen, who would like to stay a little? Who needs a boost?
Like,
Anybody? Any takers? Maybe, perhaps you, Yvonne, mommy.
You want to speak up, Quoin? I don't think I heard you call me what you said.
I said you see, because you had said, hey, call me mommy, right? That is what will make you comfortable
I did
and
say that.
happy.
You are a
that
very
will...
good boy, Quoin.
Oh well, okay. That I am a full-grown kobold man, but I take your meaning to be something of kindness, I suppose. So yeah, I will give you the aid of the North Wind, and I'm going to cast Aid at 3rd level,
Alright.
which gives you 10 temporary hit points. Is that so 10 temporary hit points above your maximum, or each year your maximum hit points and current hit points are increased by 10 for 8 hours.
Yeah, so that would be if you click on in D&D Beyond, if you click on the hit points, you just put in 10 in max HP modifier.
So I'm currently rocking with 273 hit points.
Damn.
Okay.
You're also level 20.
But still.
And So does anyone else need a boost? I was kind of because Flitz is here. Yeah, I would definitely give it to Flitz.
Thank you.
And perhaps you, Druck?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, great. I suppose the smarter move would have been to the people who weren't level 20, but it's already... Chivalry is not completely dead, I suppose.
You're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, where you're standing, it does appear like it's a used road. Like, people are, like, passing by, like, because you're facing down the road, and there's another road that kind of, like, crosses through it. Just because people have to maneuver through this weird fucking dead forest. And you just see a wagon, like a stage, like a very Victorian stagecoach, like Bram Stoker's Dracula, the movie with, like, Gary Oldman, that kind of style stagecoach. It's moving along, and there's a man dressed very similar to the guy from the tower, same kind of outfit, the long leathers. He's got like a massive black powder rifle strapped to his back. And in the back of the stagecoach, all you can hear is like moaning and like muffled moaning, like.
Eclipse is gonna go over and investigate
Well,
it.
it's currently driving by.
Oh.
This place is lovely.
And Flitz cast Mage Hand, so is it like covered?
It's
Is
got
that tart?
it's like a very like Victorian style stagecoach, so it's got like doors and windows.
Oh, I thought you were saying from. Okay.
So as it's like driving by, you can see what's making the noise in the back. It looks like a human just sitting there with a massive spiked iron cage just placed over their head.
What is this place? What is this place? I don't like this place.
Don't know, never been here before. Very strange.
Well,
It's similar to Isselfire in some ways.
let's get walking. Yeah. I suppose stay on the road, but yeah.
You can see the road has like lanterns every few feet, and the lanterns are repelling the mist a little bit, just like the lanterns that were hanging from the tower.
Do the lanterns look like they're kind of locked in place so that they can be lifted and taken?
Very much locked in place.
Okay.
And then the carriage just eventually disappears down like a bend in the road, going towards that massive, like large black tree that towers over everything.
Okay, alright.
As-
Let's head it straight there.
Yes.
Just well.
Yvonne,
As we're walking.
Yes, struck.
you remind me of someone. Not how you look or anything. They were Dragonborn. You just remind me of someone, and I'm wondering if you know a Dragonborn. Or where are you from, actually?
Druck. I appreciate your questions, but you're gonna have to ask me to dinner first before I tell you that.
Here.
And he like takes out like a piece of a thing that he killed earlier in the morning.
Just like, you want dinner.
Totally unexpecting that. Yvonne takes it and just looks at Druck. And it just kind of looks between the two and like has like this like half smile. Druck, I would honestly love to tell you, but I have been around a little too much. And what I mean by that is I actually don't know exactly where I was born. Yeah.
You remind me of this person I met recently. Their name is Divinity. I don't know.
I must say, that is a fantastic name. Divinity, I like that.
So you don't know them?
Not off the top of my head, I don't.
Alright.
And
she takes a piece of whatever meat you gave her. This is very nice, Druck. Thank you.
It's what I do.
I like what you do. And she continues to eat it.
Okay. As you proceed down the road, it's like the mist blankets everything, but it keeps the road clear. But as you're walking down this, it's all cobblestones. As you're walking down this cobblestone road in the middle of this like forest, you can hear the jangling of chains all around, like in every direction, just like the jangling of chains and the occasional scream, and then far off like a gunshot, just, and then more screaming, and then just the more jangling of chains. Can everyone give me perception checks, please?
You know,
Sir?
minus the gunshots, it does sound like a pretty typical Saturday night.
8.
8.
Would this be with smell at all or no?
No, this is hearing.
That would be a 22.
Okay. Quoin.
It's a 15, my guy.
All right, Druck.
32.
There it is.
Flitz.
There it is.
It's gonna be really bad, but we will
Perfect.
attempt it. 1 second. Sorry.
Don't forget to add all your eyeballs.
I get a +2.
No, you don't. You don't have eyes for this.
Oh.
Oh.
I just give
hey,
you. I just give you.
18.
I just give you advantage on site-based stuff. And then Yvonne.
16.
Okay. Druck and Eclipse. Actually, almost everybody, but anyone who got a single digit.
Henry doesn't give a shit. He's like, the flail will
Yeah,
let me know if
I
anything
know.
dangerous happens. I don't need to care.
You turn towards this like the sound, and hanging from the trees are gibbets, so like iron cages, and people are in the cages just like moaning and groaning. Their mouths are like stitched up, and they're bound in like leather straps, and they're having a fun time. It does not look like a fun time. And they're just in those cages. There's probably 50 or so. And then one of them kind of looks down at you all as you pass under one of the cages, kind of hanging above. They look down, and you can see a face open up on their torso. Oh, welcome to Gibbet. Where you headed, friends? Are you here for the long hunt or something else?
Something else. What's it to you?
Just curious, lonely, not many speakers around here. The mists changes you in a way, and he kind of tickles the belly mouth that opened up.
Then maybe we shouldn't stick around for our own safety.
Fair
Pleasure
enough.
seeing you.
Fair enough.
Just gonna keep walking.
You talking to someone?
You know the usual time.
Right, quite.
It's kind of like that, it's kind of like that scene from The Thing where they like the stomach opens up and it's like a
Yeah, the defibrillator.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Yvonne just goes over, just kind of leans over to Druck and just goes, "That is extremely irresponsible to leave somebody bound like that. That is." And Yvonne is just like clicking their tongue and just like shaking their head looking at that.
I mean, I do that all the time.
You're not supposed to leave them without supervision.
Oh, right. I keep them supervised.
He's thinking of Dax.
Well, there were two
I
sets of
will-
eyes there, so I think that one can supervise the other and vice versa.
oh, we like it here in the cages.
That's
Right,
what
Henry didn't
most
see
of them
them.
say.
It's nice up here. Keeps us away from what lurks below.
What's below?
You'll find out, I'm sure, soon
I don't
enough.
want to find out if we don't have to.
I lurk below. We
What?
we lurk below.
Hello.
What?
We're down here and we're lurking.
I mean, I'm used to being on top.
Just look
so-
out for the pale ones.
Well,
Okay.
Are the pale ones the one we need to worry about their blood?
Oh, you need to worry about everyone's blood here.
Does everyone here in the group have the ability to levitate or fly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really,
Only for an
Perhaps,
hour or so.
Well, should it be needed, we should probably do that and stay out of these things' immediate areas, their spaces.
Do you want to hear the story about the pale ones?
We have a place to go.
And as because you're walking and talking, you realizing that everyone in the cage has the same voice coming out of the stomach.
Oh, so it's like the conversations just continuing person to person.
Yeah.
I should probably also mention just one of the new invocations Henry took is Witch Sight, so he can, just in case this comes up, he can see the true form of any shape changer or creature concealed by illusion or transmutation magic within 30 feet in line of sight.
Does that include invisibility?
It says concealed by illusion. So
is invisibility an illusionary spell?
That I will check that.
Yeah, that's a good
If
question.
so,
It is illusion.
What is it?
It is illusion.
Okay, cool.
I didn't happen to have that up for some reason.
Well, I'd say that invocation would let you see through see invisible creatures for the purpose like us. That's the wording, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Henry, you see hundreds and hundreds of these pale, faceless entities that are kind of like Slender Man, but without the suit.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Kind of peeking around the trees with their arms, like their long hands on the side of the tree like this, and kind of peeking out around it. And their fingers like long and gnarled, and they have little tiny mouths, and that's where the mist is coming out of.
Two things. One, yes, I checked. Blake Merles has an official statement on Witch Sight and invisibility, so it does in fact see through it. And so Henrifex, they're gonna look over at one of them.
Yeah.
Just like, do they have eyes?
Nope. Just blank.
Okay. Just at the face of one of them. Just look right at them and just like, it's rude to exhale smoke around other people. Usually you do that off on your own.
Just keeps looking at you. It's like they're sensing that they can be seen, and they're all kind of just shifting their attention.
Like away from him?
No, like towards Henry. Like,
okay.
They can sense that they're being observed.
How close are they?
You can't see them.
Right, but I know I can't see them, but how close are they?
Within 30 feet, because I can see them.
Yeah, Henry, they're behind. There's a single one behind every tree.
Okay.
All right. The only reason I ask is because as a new level thing going on.
Oh, yeah.
I have blind sense, so I can sense anything that's invisible within 10 feet.
There's none within 10 feet.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Yeah. So if Druck ever gets within 10 feet of a tree, he'll be like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's something there.
Same with Eclipse.
They're just,
that's right.
Yeah, they're looking. Yeah, but Henry, like, sensing that they're being observed, they all just shift their attention to you.
You see anything, Henrifex?
Oh, a few things.
Few good things or a few bad things?
I'm going to keep it to myself for the sake of everyone. Let's just keep walking.
Great.
But
I'm
and
so
Henry
glad Flitz is on this team.
Henrifex will hold up the arm. The Eclipse is familiar with this arm and point out that there are no holes or chains, so we're safe.
Okay. All right.
Or at least for the time being.
Yeah.
Can y'all explain what's going on? Are you seeing things?
Well, before they were Henrifex, Henry made a deal with a chain devil, and so he used to have a chain arm.
I still do, actually. It only pops out when there's danger, and the deal was accidental.
Oh, I made mine on purpose.
We spilled a pot of ink on an infernal contract we were meant to read over.
You spilled ink and you got bound into a contract.
Yes, we did. It did interesting things to the contract.
Like what?
As you can see.
Oh, you are bound fully.
Yes, we are.
Is that like an option? Can you
We
like
don't
opt in
know.
for that? Oh.
We don't know. The contract that we have is a special one, formed accidentally, like we said, by spilling ink. We're not entirely sure what that did to the wording.
Oh, so
I feel like we could ask Ash now that he's in charge of the whole thing.
Do you think he knows the legal acumen regarding the forming of contracts?
I feel like he might know the magic behind it now, though.
I think the magic he knows is smashy smashy go boom boom.
Oh, that's like our friend Dax.
Does your friend Dex shoot lightning out of their trident?
I
Or
think
their
if they-
palms.
I think if she tried hard enough, she could do something magical.
He hasn't done that in a while.
It was like a signature thing, like early on, though, before the
Oh yes.
yeah.
As you're doing your walk and talk, you eventually get to the property of the house, and there's a rusted wrought iron gate that surrounds the entire property. The gate, the door, the gate, the fence. There's a fence that's rusted and wrought iron, and then the gate. The gate is padlocked with like 36 or so padlocks and chains, and there's numerous wooden signs hammered into the ground saying, "Do not step foot on this property. You will die." Just numerous. And then there's like another board that's just stamped with pictures of people's faces, and it's like missing pictures. A bunch of faces, like hundreds upon hundreds. They've had to like dedicate numerous wooden boards for these missing people.
I'm gonna.
Can't read.
Does anybody see anything off about this place? Like anything like
The whole
if we
thing,
were to
Druck?
step? No, I mean those of us that can sense. Does anyone sense like illusions or anything?
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, wait. Boom, 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 boom.
you can.
Oh, is that the Wand of Secrets?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wand of Secrets doesn't ping anything right now.
One charge down, nothing within 30 feet. No doors or traps.
Some of the missing people posters are various ages and lineages. There's people who are maybe like 13, younger, like kids do what they do. Hey, let's go explore this abandoned house and look for ghosts. That's fun. And as kids do, some kids
Done
do.
that.
Yeah. Just missing posters, all of them. There's like an owl like Aarakocra, and just some other ones, you know. Half orc, kind of dressed really nicely. Half elf. Just a bunch. There's a Loxodon on there, one of the elephant folk. Like, it's a ton.
These people seem native to
This continent.
Basgrave. Okay.
Well, we could unlock all the locks, or Druck, you mentioned that all of us here have some ability to fly. Maybe we could just fly over to the front door.
Yeah, we can just climb this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're not destroying property, and we're not making an opening for some kid to walk on in.
Seems reasonable.
Flitz is gonna roll up his pant leg a little bit and look at his eye. Is it doing anything?
Nope. Also, the area you're looking at the house, there's the gate. There's a little tiny little cobblestone road going up to the house. The road is flanked by topiary animals, kind of like Shining-esque topiary animals. In the back, you can see a massive hedge maze, and then on the front of the property is this massive like gazebo with a fountain nearby, and like rose gardens, like not gardens, but yeah, like massive rose gardens, and the roses are still very much like alive.
And the Faust and the Furious folks, they're not feeling any tethers like we were on the ship.
That's right. You did feel tethers towards the rift. Yeah, you're feeling it from just the house.
Okay.
Or the property in
Alright.
general. The property in general.
All right, this is where we need to go.
Okay, Druck, if you want to practice flying, this would probably be an easy one. And you would just, push off and let the wind guide you over.
Yeah.
And you flap, and it should be good. Okay. And then kind of tries to jump with you to help you fly over.
Yeah, we kind of.
We did we're good.
And because like in the couple of sessions where the ship was falling and everything, he was getting pretty good at it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
he's-
yeah.
That also never happened.
But that timeline never happened.
Hmm.
You have to kind of relearn.
Oh right, it was when the
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it was when the thing was stolen and someone dove at him and he jumped.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, right.
flew,
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right.
that's when everything started to click in his
In
head.
the bottle, yeah.
Yeah, when we were doing that thing. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Draco like nod to Quoin and then kind of bring his huge wingspan out and then just kind of just one flap to kind of get over that and then drop down.
All right. As soon as Druck lands on the property, you can't see him anymore. Just like he just isn't there.
Yeah, Quoin would have gone like
Interesting.
simultaneously.
All right, so Coin disappears too.
Yeah, Quoin just...
Flitz jumps and spins and catches the air and flies over.
Disappears.
Can Henrifex still see them?
Nope.
Oh, so it's not an illusion then. Interesting.
I'm
All right.
gonna cast Fly on myself.
Wait. Before, would you like assistance that doesn't take resources to go over?
I mean, it's just through the loot. Like, I won't be casting spells
All right,
during the fight, so
all right.
you save your spells. I'll
Oh,
use up.
Mine's not a spell.
Really? Is
Yes.
it new?
It is new.
Save your new things.
Well, I need my new thing to get over.
Oh,
I'd
all right.
love to
I'll hop on.
watch.
All right. Henrifex will just open up the bag of holding and then hold a hand out, and then just a broomstick comes out of it. And then he'll just hold onto it and then just like hold it out to Eclipse, so the two of them can just like Mary Poppins their way up and over.
Yeah. Before Eclipse leave, Yvonne, do you need anything to help get over?
Yvonne just like smiles, and in one like swift, sharp movement, they pop out their wings, and you see little piercings on the top of them extend, and they are these. The very last one on her right wing is a sapphire one that matches her ring and the one that Yeveck has, and the other ones are different gem colors representing the years that her and Yeveck have been together.
Oh, that's cute.
You know how there's like a wood anniversary and like a paper anniversary, like that kind of thing.
That's cute.
And then, right, my heart. And she just goes like, flies up next to you and just kind of looks and just like, shall we?
We shall. And I'll grab onto the broom.
All right.
Mary Poppins our way up and over.
You all are standing on the front property of the house, looking up the cobblestone laneway up to the front. To your left is the carriage house where they would keep the stagecoaches, which is just utterly abandoned. The stagecoaches are completely in ruin. To your right is the gazebo and there's a little tiny path headed to the gazebo and the fountain. You got another path right here that goes to the rose gardens, another path that goes to the backyard to where the hedge maze is, and then a path directly to the front door of the house.
When we turn around, what do we see?
The forest beyond.
No, I mean, like, do we see the outside of the gate and it looks the same as when we hopped over? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So it's like,
Is there a direction that's got the strongest?
The entire
Again,
the entire property.
Oh, the entire. So it's hard to pin down at this
Yeah.
point. Got you. Thank you.
it's all around us.
All around me,
Yeah, you got like an old fashioned kind of well that would lower the bucket, it's kind of like the Ring style, like from the movie The Ring, kind of like that with like a little covering on top, and then beside that is it's like a massive gazebo that's also in ruin, rose gardens, hedge maze house.
If this is anything like the other creepy houses we've been in, what we're looking for is either at the top or the bottom.
You've been in houses like this before?
Yeah. I mean, not exactly like this. Like
Once-
made of
once-
meat on the inside.
Yes, once we were in a house that was unfortunately a lady.
Interesting.
Well, you
Certainly
guys,
not
you've
something
never
that we've encountered.
been in a lady house?
Well, I've been in a lady, just not a lady house.
I've been in a
Okay.
lady's house.
Whoa!
There's
Whoa!
so much.
What group did we fall into, Drunk? You called me the promiscuous one. Do you hear this?
But I called you promiscuous.
I don't know. You called me something, and it started with a P, I think. Pervert, maybe. I don't
Hearing
remember.
is your promising, Flitz. Eclipse, talk more about this lovely lady you were in. I do.
No,
like
we
a
need to
good
go and do
Go
this.
in.
Well, First of all, it was my
His
wife.
wife waves the
so
wand.
no, that's our personal business.
You know what? Fair enough.
Flitz, something pings from the well.
Wow, nothing pinged. That's crazy.
What did you say?
Nothing. It didn't even work again. 2 charges down.
Deception check.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious.
And
Against everyone's passive insight.
Gotta beat a 22, bud.
Let's see.
You
I
got
could
this.
do it. I could do it. Not with the 2. 7.
I think everyone's got a high enough passive insight to
Okay.
yeah, there's bullshit there.
Are you
Even-
sure about that?
Even I know you are lying.
Well, I don't lie to you. Well, that's not true. Yeah, the well. It pinged on the well.
Let's go.
Not that way? Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. You can stand behind me. Sword out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna march on over.
Okay, it's a...
You know,
Go ahead.
when that person said, asked if any of us had any trick weapons, I thought of my thing, but I also thought of yours. I wonder if that would be more useful here. Your sword.
Yeah, but I didn't think that it was a trick. It's just.
I figured it was the terminology of the area.
Oh, maybe they use trick magic. Let's go find out.
Over to the well. So yeah, it's very much like the stone well from the ring in terms of its like size, but it does have like the little canopy over top where the bucket would get lowered down. That rope is severed right at the top, and it is completely filled almost to the brim. It's maybe got like a foot or so from the top, and it's just filled with dark, impossible to see through water.
Oh. That's so sad.
Wait, so you got a secret here?
And Drunk will start like knocking on the wood and like checking for anything.
The wood's so rotted, you kind of just like put a hole in it.
Mr. I believe you said was Henrifex?
Oh, yes, that's one name that we like.
Oh, yes. Would you prefer if I used like y'all when I spoke to you? Does that make sense? I mean, grammatically?
Strangely, we like being referred to in the singular, but we like referring to ourselves in the plural.
Okay, then. I noticed you said something about how you could manage water well.
Yes, this cloak I got. We spent a lot of time on a ship last time I was with these people, and I...
These people,
just...
hold on, Henrifex. These people.
Yes, well, you particularly.
Why me?
Well, because of the people we're with
Well,
currently,
yeah.
it was you and me on the boat.
Uh,
So actually just Eclipse.
Oh right, yeah.
Because the only Eclipse is the only other person here who was on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, to make precautions against certain things happening again, I procured this cloak.
Did you almost drown?
Some people did. I don't think I ever did.
I almost drowned once or
Sorry,
twice.
we don't think we ever did.
Druck, as you're in the process of like having your hand like right through the wooden canopy after you like knocked on it, roll me a D100, please.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
60.
Hundreds of maggots just start like pouring out of the hole.
Lovely.
La 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 la.
Oh,
No
yeah.
way, right in Eclipse. No way,
Flitz
right in
walking away.
Eclipse.
Okay, cool.
Looking at them, do they look like regular maggots, or do they look like more threatening, like they could hurt?
They look like regular maggots, but they're all dead.
Oh.
Mm.
Disgusting. We love it.
Like, just piles of dead maggots just pouring out.
Okay, so
Is this the secret, Flitz?
Just pinged over here. I imagine so. Maybe. What did you do? You just. Here, let me try to fix it. He'll cast some mending on it.
Okay, you fix it.
The maggots stop?
Yeah, they stop pouring out. Because the hole was sealed, so they stopped pouring out.
okay, so
Oh, the maggots were coming out of the wood.
Yeah.
Wood,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying they were like coming out of the
No, no,
Well,
no.
too, yeah,
the
yeah.
well. I was just like,
Like that.
Jesus.
But as you pull your arm out, and then that gets fixed, passive perception, there is a door at the bottom of the well.
Under the water?
That Druk sees.
No, there it is.
What?
The secret.
The maggots?
It's right there.
90 points.
Flitz, you look into the well?
Uh huh.
You see your reflection staring back at you, but it's smiling. Like a really toothy, wide smile.
That is literally a reflection of
And
yourself.
then you see the door.
Oh. Oh.
Love that Joker.
Druk, did you see the reflection of yourself in the water?
I mean, I know what my face looks like, so I just look past it most of the time.
Oh no. Please look at your face and appreciate your face.
And frogs are loud here.
Oh. Do we go down? Can we go down? Can people swim? Does everybody here swim? He looks pointedly at Eclipse.
I mean, technically, yes, I can swim. I don't like to.
I can't breathe the water, though. I mean, I can swim all right.
Breathe the water, Druk. You hold your breath. and then you-
Druck will put his hand through the water to see if
It's ice.
actu- if
It's ice cold.
Okay, so it's definitely not an illusion. It is cold ass water.
Brr. Yeah, so I guess someone check it out.
All right, we'll take a look.
I imagine
Well,
once that door opens, maybe the water will drop. Who knows?
We'll find out. And then Henrifex will dive into the water
Okay,
with the cloak of the manta ray on.
so you start swimming down.
Mm-hmm.
This water is full of like debris and detritus.
Mm-hmm.
As you get deeper, you like swim past a stuffed teddy bear that's like floating in here.
Interesting.
Lots of kids' toys.
Fascinating.
You just swim past it, and you get to the bottom, and there's like a wooden door you'd expect to see in a house on the very bottom of the well, like on the
Like
floor of the
the-
well.
Oh, the bottom, like pointing
Yeah.
downward.
It looks like a door, like a bedroom door, just a simple wooden door with a doorknob, hinges.
Grab the doorknob and try turning it.
Okay, it opens up.
Mm-hmm. Does it open up or down?
It's a pull open door.
Okay, so pull it open.
There's like no resistance in the water either. It's just so easy. Just open it up,
Hmm.
and then the water all instantly drains. And Henry falls through the door, and the door closes. Poof.
Oh dear.
Henry, how you doing down there?
You don't hear anything.
Is there still? They saw the water drain?
Yeah, the water's gone. but
Okay,
they still
so-
see. But Henry, you don't hear. You don't hear anything.
Drain down like
we
a
better
toilet.
go.
I'm gonna send a message to Henry.
Henry doesn't get it. But go ahead.
Just pointing down at the bottom of the well. Henry, what happened down there? Just pointing at the door. Anything? 120 feet?
Nothing.
Nope.
Alright.
Druck goes down.
Yeah, you can just climb down or fly down or whatever. It's wide enough. But yeah, there's no water in it anymore. You get to the bottom, the door is like this on the floor of the well.
Yeah, Druck will open it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Quoin's
Hand
gonna,
reflex.
is gonna fireman slide down, like hand on the side of the rails, like
Okay.
slide down.
Does everybody
Flitz
follow
will be flying.
Everybody
Yeah.
follow suit? Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Yep.
where the fun begins. Henry,
Oh.
Henrifex, D12,
Yes.
D12.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Like Eminem's best band, D12.
Yeah!
No, that's not true. D12,
3.
3. Druck, D12, because you were second.
8.
8. Okay. Henry,
Yes.
this will make it easier for me if I go in order. Henry, you step through the door, and
Mhm.
you walk into a wine cellar.
Is it one of those things where like I go down, but then I'm actually
Yeah.
going forward?
Yeah.
Well, that's very strange.
Druck,
Just like stumble a bit.
you walk into an attic. With the same kind of dimensions, like it's like going like... Yeah.
Yeah, when I walk in, look behind you, what do I see?
Door. Because the door just shuts automatically. Just poof.
Oh, okay.
Eclipse. D12.
8.
8. Door opens and you step into the attic with Druck. Quoin.
Oh.
D12.
Nice. The rogues! Alright.
Oh, Lord.
4.
4. You step into what looks like a dining room with a kitchen kind of off to the side. Yvonne. D12.
7.
7.
Lucky number 7.
You step out into what looks like a master bedroom,
Okay.
but you step out of the wardrobe. Flitz, D12.
I really hope Flitz rolls a 7.
Come on.
5.
Oh, he's by himself.
I know.
You step into a room and you immediately hear like you step on something squeaky. And you look down, it's just like a little like rubber ball. You're in what looks like a toy room, just filled with toys everywhere, scattered around. But let's go with the people who are together currently. As you both step into an attic. The attic is dark, dusty. There is furniture covered in like those white sheets everywhere. And all the windows that look outside are boarded up. And it's got one of those trap doors that you like open up, and it's the stairs that kind of... You're in a dusty old attic.
Hand reflex.
Henry, from somewhere in the house you hear Druck shouting.
Oh, well, there they are. All right.
Eclipse, where's everyone else?
I don't know, unfortunately. I can try to send them a message, but I don't know.
Were they right behind you?
They should have been.
Is
I mean,
bad.
So, the two of you, you hear what sounds like pitter-patter of footsteps from somewhere in the attic.
I'm gonna pull out the drift globe, and I'm gonna say the magic word for light.
Do you remember what the light is? What the magic word was?
Oh, what was it? Let me see if it's still in the
It's
notes.
been it's been a long time. So
It's been a long time, but I'm pretty sure I wrote it down. Hold
I
on,
know
let me get
what
my
it is.
notebook.
I know exactly what it is, Kate.
All right. Well, that happens. Henry,
Yes.
in the wine cellar, you hear what can only be described as someone pulling sticky putty out of the little jar.
Just
Yeah, just all around, and you can see a wine bottle roll off the wine cabinet and hit the floor and shatter. And as it does, you feel your flail.
so yeah, just chains burst out of his
As-
bronze covered skin as the flail forms.
pouring out of the wine barrels are various oozes.
Oh, disgusting.
God.
Flitz,
Oh
you step on the squeaky ball, it goes, and then you hear from under, you see a bed in the corner. From under the bed, you hear a squeak in response. Just a,
Scary.
and you can hear what sounds like something crawling along the floor as you see what looks like, can only be described as one of those creepy, like, ventriloquist dummy, or the marionettes with, like, strings. One's crawling out of its own volition out from under the bed, and it goes, "Oh, friend, you here to play?" And you can see more marionettes, like, climbing out from around toys and behind boxes and crates, as, like, 5 or so of these marionettes appear, and then 2 more come out from, like, under, like, the blankets. "New friend, we play. Last
Are
one
they
dead."
all in close proximity to each other?
Oh yeah, but there's a bunch of them. There's like 8 or so just like coming out from their various regions. Yvonne, as you step out from the wardrobe into the master bedroom, you just hear a and the mattress of the bed splits down the middle horizontally, and a massive mouth opens up filled with gnashing teeth and 2 long forked barb covered tongues that are dripping this like green venom, as the bed manifests into a 12-foot tall mimic that takes up to the ceiling as legs pop out of the bottom of it and long gangling arms come out the side. Quoin, I forget what room you ended up in.
I was in the
Kitchen.
dining room attached to the kitchen.
That's right.
Dining room attached to the kitchen. It's not quite the kitchen. It's unremarkable. There's only a letter that says, "Hey, have a bottle of wine, enjoy." No, what were you saying?
You hear giggling coming from inside the cast iron oven.
But if I stay in the dining room, I'm fine.
Oh, it's all connected into the same. It's all the same room. Right?
Oh,
So it's a
okay,
little
yeah.
offset shoot, and the oven is just like you just hear like giggling coming from inside. It's like echoing through the pipes. Quoin,
Quoin pulls out the sword and wastes no time. Pressing the button, the whip comes out. Whap.
Coin. You hear just coming from the oven, and the oven door just slams open, almost off its hinges, and crawling out of the oven. It's hard to describe, but imagine a very lumpy lower half, a humanoid lower half, very lumpy, not wearing anything, very like milky colored skin, but the skin looks like it's curdled underneath the, like just underneath the skin, so like a curdled lumpy texture underneath. The upper half is also very much the same, and the head kind of just like elongates to like this weird oval shape, and it begins to like kind of like inflate like a balloon of just like weird skin, and it goes, "Go in, go in, go in," and then it drops all fours and starts like crawling towards you.
That's why I was ready with that whip, baby.
So we'll go back to the attic group real quick because you're looking out for your drift globe thing. So
Yeah.
pull the drift globe out.
I say the magic word of Ogden Boon, and it lights up.
Okay. Standing in the corner, facing into the corner, is just a little kid. Little overalls, dressed like a typical Victorian kid. Little like his little outfit, ruffled shirt, wearing like a little hat, like the flat cap, and just facing into the corner and just humming a nursery rhyme to himself.
Hey there. Are you all right?
Yes,
Do you need help finding a way out?
you can be the way out.
Yeah, I think we should kill it.
And
Wait, hold on. What?
turns around and Are you serious? They're like,
Druck has the
I'm
crossbow.
serious.
they're frowning. Their eyes are all like just dripping with tears. Like, are you serious? They take a
I don't
step.
know.
They take a step closer.
Yeah, just stay back.
Oh.
Because Eclipse is a fuck around and find out person, she's gonna walk up to this child.
Okay, as you get within like 10 feet, they kind of go rigid.
It's
Their head-
alright.
Their head goes to the side like this, and they smile really wide, and they go, "Friend."
Yes,
And,
I'm a friend.
and as you get closer and you're talking to them, you can see crawling between their teeth, just out of sight, like between the cracks between their teeth, the spaces rather, little spiders, just like. And as they talk, you can see their mouth, kind of like strands of saliva, but it's webbing. As they kind of like, as like 8 massive spider-like limbs just out from their back, and they lift like 10 feet up into the air. As this spider-like parasite inside takes control, and the not real puppet thing begins to shift between forms on the front, just like between it can't decide on a form to take. And as it lunges, and you all get lunged by the various things in your various rooms, that's where we're gonna go to. That's where we're gonna go to. That's where we're gonna end the session for the week.
I'd just like
You know
to
what?
share.
The whip sword is ready.
I would just like to share Henrifex's reaction to the oozes coming at him, which is, oh dear, dear, dear. You all seem to be mistaken. You think that you're the monsters in this story.
And all you hear is a blood-curdling scream come from somewhere in the house.
So we got Henry with the oozes in the basement, the oozes in the wine barrels. Quoin.
You're stuck in here with me.
Very much the vibe.
Quoin with the weird thing in the oven.
The friggin' get away, you pot roast.
Eclipse and Druck with the spider thing in the
Spider trap.
attic. Yvonne.
Eclipse, thank you so much for going in on that, so Druck can stay back.
Yep.
Yvonne with,
Hey, that's
Yvonne
been a
with
very
the
good name.
massive mimic. And Flitz with a room full of creepy little marionettes. But that's what we'll pick up next week with you all dealing with the first Team 1, dealing with
Oh boy.
the creepy little marionettes, who all have and as they like all crawl, they start to have like long silver needles start to like slide out of their palms.
Is Flitz gonna be okay on his own?
I guess we'll
I
find out.
know.
On your own.
But
No one
we'll
to guide me.
we'll pick up there next week with this weird crossover arc, mini arc. So
Woo.
see you all next week for